Shout out! Hello everyone. Tawag dito. Alright, shout out. Shout out. Hold on. Hello? Shout out, shout out. Shout out, shout out. There you go. Shout out to everyone. Kay Mark Jason Hernandez, shout out to you. Yun. Hello po sa lahat. Once again, we are back. So, how are you guys doing? Let's see. Ma'am Corazon Evangelista Castillo, shoutout po sa inyo. Padre Isabel, yun, ilan pa lang tao dito. Isa pa lang. Shoutout po sa lahat. Share po muna natin tong LS natin. This is going to be a wonderful topic that we're gonna discuss for today. Especially na I'm gonna share with you guys na I was tawag dito, nagkaroon tayo ng COVID, no? So COVID is real. So we were positive and nagkaroon tayo ng virus, and now we are recovering from it. So I'm just gonna share some tips with you guys, and also things that how can we avoid this virus, yan. So ewan ko nakita niyo na pumayat ako, pero this is going to be an educational topic that we're going to discuss for today. Kung sino man po nandiyan sa baba as of now, can you guys please press 1 if you guys can hear me? Press 1 po tayo if you guys can hear my mic, if it's loud and clear. Press 1 po. If not, that's fine. So lahat po nandito, once again, welcome to another live discussion by yours truly, DJ Byron, Music and Topic TV. Yun. So we're still we are going to dito, i-connect natin to sa personality development, no? Kasi if you encounter mga issue, for example, ganito na nagkasakit ka, tapos na virus ka ng COVID-19 or coronavirus, how are you gonna be able to survive? Yun, paano mo siya malalabanan mentally, physically? So mag-share po ako sa inyo ng mga tips. So paano namin siya pinagdaanan, and how serious this virus is, kasi talagang I think this is very very serious now. So, siguro sa iba sa atin na hindi pa na-infect o hindi pa nagkakaroon, hopefully hindi niyo po maranasan. Don't take this lightly. It's very important for us to take this seriously, especially na it's real and it's out there, diba? It's out there na talagang if you're not gonna be cautious about it, there's a chances that you may caught the virus and it can affect your life, diba? Pero luckily naman po sa akin, we are very very positive dun sa my mentally, physically, now we were able to surpass this, and we were able to surpass. So yun, happy New Year po sa inyo lahat, no? Before we start the show, maraming salamat sa lahat po na nandito na makikinig po ngayon. Sa Suzuki PB Daily Vlog, shoutout sa inyo. So nagre-recover pa rin po tayo sa virus at the moment na actually, sadly, no, dahil dinamaan tayo nito during holiday season, hindi natin i-expect. But again, it's invincible. You never know. Ma'am Carl Carrion, shoutout po sa inyo. Ay, Carl Carrion, happy New Year sa'yo, no? Hindi natin i-expect, di ba? Hindi ko i-expect. So, I lost weight. I think, in a matter of 6 days, I lost 7 pounds. I don't know if you guys can tell, but I lost. Kuya JDL, shout out to you. Subscribe mode ka daw, DJ, sa mga basya. Subscriber mode ka daw, DJ, sa mga basya. Kuya Noipin, shout out sa'yo. Kuya JDL, shout out sa'yo. Ito, Kuya JDL, nagkaroon ng tinamaan ng coronavirus. So, magbibigay lang ako ng tips. Magbibigay ako ng experience, no, kung paano ko siya na-survive. I mean, yung mga things na nakatulong sa akin, sa amin ng wife ko. Actually, we are lucky na we are lucky dahil etong 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 yung tumama sa amin yung coronavirus. We have some mga remedies na ginagawa before at the same time nakatulong din yung syempre of course, 'di ba, yung pag sinasabi natin na vaccine, nakatulong 'yan 100%. Ihi mo na lang. Kaya pala tagal na kitang hindi nakikita. Oo, actually Christmas Eve, nakapag-live pa ako ng Christmas Eve Philippines. Tapos afternoon, yun na. Doon na yung from the Christmas Day onwards up to celebrating the New Year's Eve, wala, hindi na kami. Actually, nakapag-celebrate naman kami, pero of course, we are more focusing on recovering. Pero yung abala, ito yung pinakamatindi dito. Hindi ka mo magkaroon ng sinasabi natin na, matinding tama ng virus sa'yo. Yung abala nito, grabe ang abala as in. Diba? Hindi ka man magkasakit pero yung abala kasi kami, we are quarantine, naka-quarantine kami for 10 days. 10 days kami magka-quarantine. So, nag-positive kami. But anyway, guys, before I start the show, first of all, happy New Year to all of you guys. Hey, Renji Rosales, shout out to you. Shout out to you. Keiko Chan, shout out. Happy New Year to all of you guys. It's 2022, di ba? 2022 na. Di ba? 2022 na. So, what are we looking forward to this 2022? How are we gonna move forward? How are we gonna be able to overcome kung ano man yung mga pinagdadaanan natin sa buhay? Di ba? It's very, very important to stay optimistic, to stay positive. Even me, Even me na hindi ko inaakala na in the past 2 years na nasa pandemic tayo, and me and my wife were just celebrating, going out, hanging out with friends. Hindi namin inaakala na we gonna not basically suffer, pero tatamaan kami ng sinasabi natin na coronavirus o yung COVID-19 and how serious COVID-19 is. Kaya ang topic ko po ngayon, Dorothy Bright, shoutout po sa inyo. Kay Chan, shoutout sa iyo kay Chan. Kaya ang topic ko ngayon is ididikit natin to sa personality development. Actually, first test and second test negative, third test positive. So, bakit yan ang aking tinapik for today? Iko-connect po natin yan kasi it's very important. Sang Manyalak, shoutout sa iyo, Happy New Year. It's very important na kahit tinamaan ka ng coronavirus, di ba? It's very important. The mental health, it's very, very important. Kasi alam naman natin lahat, hindi naman most of us, but some of us na, of course, pag hindi natin kinaya yung epekto ng virus sa atin mentally, mas matindi ang damage nito mentally sa tao kaysa yung sa health natin. So, kasi yung stigma, 'di ba, yung stigma sinasabi nila na pagka may para kang pinandidirian, stuff like that. That's what I heard that before in the Philippines, So, dito naman sa experience namin ng wife ko nung nagkaroon kami ng COVID until now, we're still in quarantine. 'Di ba? Ano ba yung mga bagay na nakatulong sa amin? So, yun po yung aking magbibigay ako ng mga tips. At syempre, magbibigay din ako ng experience na paano namin naramdaman, paano namin nalaman na we had the virus or nagkaroon kami ng tawag dito ng coronavirus, di ba? Kaya guys, sana po you guys will stick around and be part of the discussion for today, the topic that we have for today. Personal Development Episode 13, 2022 edition. My first live stream for 2022. So sana po you guys will be part of the discussion for today at sana guys, you will also share your comments and opinion in the comment section kasi it's very, very important to be part of today's discussion, di ba? Hindi lang po dapat ako yung nagsasalita dito. Kahit na ako yung nasa harapan ng mic, importante rin po yung opinion niyo. Napaka-importante. So pagpasensahan nyo na po yung boses ko kung medyo malat ng konti. Like I said, I'm still recovering. Hindi naman ganun katindi yung symptoms na tumama sa amin mag-asawa. Pero of course, may cough, meron kang konting flu colds, diba? Stuff like that na nandyan. At syempre, yung pa isa na medyo wala kang ganang kumain. Those are the things na talagang sinasabi ko na, oh man, naka talagang It's for real. It's for real. So, yeah. So before I start the show, I would like to do a special shout out. Now, special shout out muna tayo to the Music and Topic family. These are the folks, our member, our viewers who went extra mile to be part of the Music and Topic family. Again, maraming salamat po sa inyo lahat. And without further ado, we'd like to do a special shout out to the Music and Topic family. Yun, shout out muna tayo. Siyempre, shout out to Eliza Vlog. Shout out to David Lantayo. Shout out sa iyo. Ate Cassie27. Shout out to Bisay Cool. Shout out din kay Ma'am Ani Katapat. Shout out to Peaceful Warrior. Shout out to Yos and Menyoza. Shout out to Makita Cool. Shout out to Cesar Marco. Shout out to Keiko Chan. Shout out to Kuya Ronaldo Ribeiro Vlog Channel. Shout out to Boraot. Shout out din siyempre kay Catmaze 56 Bang. Shout out to Roman Acero. Shout out to Nanay Binildo Galos Music Live. Shoutout din siyempre kay Ate Joseph Grooms o Kuya Joseph Grooms. Shoutout din kay Ma'am Verly Estiara. Shoutout to Eve Lucky. Shoutout to Reg B and Laser Vision Vlog. Shoutout din to our friend Kuya Ronald BC Channel. Shoutout to Edita Germany FLM. Shoutout to Ma'am Imelda Nakamura. And of course, shoutout to Ma'am Inday Hered. Those are the Music and Topic family once again. From the bottom of my heart, DJ Bar Music and Topic TV, thank you so much for being part of the Music Topic family. I appreciate each and every one of you guys. At sana po, hindi po kayo nagsasawang being part or being a member of the Music and Topic family. You guys are also, syempre, shoutout din. Thank you so much kay Ate Keiko Chan sa pagpapamember. Rosalina R, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for being here. Diba? Carl Carrion, maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Thank you so much kay Kuchan sa pag-member being part right now of the Music and Topic family. You guys are awesome. Siyempre sa mga magsusuper chat at sa mga nag-super chat po, thank you so much for being part of the Music and Topic family. Siyempre, shoutout din tayo dito sa ating mga viewers sa baba. Kay Kuya Mel Ski for Live. Shoutout sa iyo, Kuya Mel. Renchi Rosales Official. Manigong bagong taon DJ to everyone, of course. Carl Pyron, shoutout sa iyo. Ma'am Rizal Dioso, shoutout to you. Siyempre, Kuya JDL, shoutout sa iyo. Siyempre, nandiyan din si Keiko Chan na magpa-member. Maraming salamat sa iyo, Keiko Chan. Ate Keiko Chan, maraming salamat sa iyo. Kanguso. Shoutout din siyempre kay Ma'am Rosalina R. Happy New Year po sa inyo. Siyempre, shoutout din kay Eliza Vlogs. Happy New Year. Maraming salamat. Sana you stay, no? Kasi meron ako mga tips na ikikwento, no, na how you gonna overcome this COVID coronavirus kapag tinamaan ka. And then shoutout din syempre kanina ba nandito Ma'am Dorothy Bright, thanks so much for being here. Syempre, sino pa? At Irene Garcia, shoutout to you. PV Daily Vlogs. Iihi mo na lang, sabi niya gano'n. Niam Eos Rice, Happy New Year DJ Guapo. Marami pong salamat, Niam. Thank you so much. Kuya Noy Pizza ko, Team Anino, shoutout. Maraming salamat sa iyo. Ma'am Corazon Evangelista, Mia Suzuki, Paderes Avel, siyempre Kuya Mark JC Hernandez. At sa lago nandito, maraming. Jesus Lokyao, thank you so much for being here. Diba? Kuya Mela, maraming salamat for being here. Pakishare na lang po itong live stream natin sa ating to our friends and family. So, let me stop my music. All right? So, once again, guys, welcome to another live discussion. Welcome to DJ Byron Music and Topic TV. No? So, matagal-tagal po ako hindi nakapag-live. And of course, first of all, happy New Year to all of you guys. Sana po you guys had a wonderful celebration of New Year. And sana siyempre nagkaroon din kayo ng magandang celebration ng Christmas, no? Kasi like what I said, diba? That's the season for everyone. It doesn't matter what is your color, your race. That's a season for everyone, season of love. So, ang topic for today is about we will connect this kasi what happened to me, I'm just gonna share to you guys na unfortunately na-contract po tayo we had. Happy New Year sa'yo, bro Jorica. Nagkaroon po tayo ng coronavirus or COVID-19. Yan. So tinamaan po tayo ng coronavirus, and the sad part of this is hindi naman sad part, pero siguro yung pinakamatindi dito is nangyari to New Year's Eve. At nangyari to, nalaman namin to the following day after Christmas, no, 26, na someone came to the party, of course, and this person na nagpunta sa party ay may kasama siya sa bahay na may COVID-19 or may coronavirus. So na-spread niya tong virus sa buong sa buong party, no, which is the family. So this is the sad part na talagang first time namin ulit nagkita-kita after tawag dito, after 1 year. Excited lahat. Siguro nagkaroon na rin siguro na pagiging careless din, no? Naging reckless at nagiging careless din ng tao kasi everybody's excited. Like me and my wife, we don't have mask inside the house. So, sadly, nagkaroon kami, nakuha namin yung virus. And luckily, lahat naman kami na nandun nang umattend ng party na yon. Um, Mami Rosalina, hindi ko kasi nakilala yung picture mo. Pero syempre, Mami Rosalina pa rin kita. No? Pasensya ka na, Mami Rosalina. So, sadly, yun nga, na nagkaroon ng tawag dito ng super spreader. So, nag-spread yung virus dun sa Christmas Eve party na hinost ng one of the family member. And sadly, most of us na nandun, nagkaroon po ng coronavirus. So, yun ang aming hindi ine-expect. Na talagang, I mean, out of, shout out Buster, no? Out of, out of the people, kasi madami kaming nandun. Madami kami nagpunta doon sa party na yon. Most of them is immediate family. Walang outsider doon. Most of us nagkaroon ng virus, and some of us right now there we are still positive, like me and my wife, nagpa-test kami. Actually, eto guys, bigyan ko kayo ng example. When we contracted the virus on the 24, 26 namin nalaman na may nagpunta doon na may kasamang actually 25 nalaman na namin. Teddy Gumban, shoutout sa'yo. Nagpa-test kami kinabukasan, the 26 after Christmas. Nagpa-test kami ng wife ko. It turns out negative. Okay, negative. Ito guys, bibigyan ko kayo ng tip. Negative kami. So parang kami ng wife ko, uy, negative tayo. Siguro hindi natin nakuha yung virus, hindi natin nakuha yung coronavirus o yung COVID-19. So after nun, hindi pa kami mapakali. Nagpa-test ulit kami after 3 days. So from 24 na contract namin yung virus, 25 hindi kami nagpa-test. Pero may nagpa-test na isa na nag-positive. 26 nagpa-test kami. Negative kami dun sa antigen test. Taghintay na kami ng another 2 to 3 days. Nagpa-test kami ulit. Nung nagpa-test kami, ito yung PCR test na. PCR test na. Pagpa-test namin sa PCR test, lumabas sa akin, negative. After 2 days. Yung wife ko, after 3 days, lumabas sa kanya, positive. Okay? So, nag-positive yung wife ko, ako nag-negative. So, 2 tests ko na ginawa. Ay, shoutout David bro. Shoutout Shoutout, maraming salamat. 2 tests na ginawa ko, nag-negative ako. 2 tests isang antigen, isang PCR test, negative. Pero my wife, first test, negative. Second test, positive. So, magkasama kami sa bahay, of course. Di ba, magkasama kami. Kaming dalawa lang dito, of course, with our dogs. Nagpa-test kami ulit. Nagpa-test kami ng Sunday. After Sunday of January 2. Okay? January 2. Pagpa-test namin ng January 2, shoutout ka, Aruba. Nag-positive na kami pareho. Positive na ako, siya rin positive. So, bakit yung first and second test ko negative? According to the CDC, according to the guidance na kailangan natin malaman, all of us, na when you contracted the virus, you need to wait at least 3 to 5 days bago ka magpa-test for you to find out kung ikaw ay negative or positive. Yes, may symptoms kami. Nagkasakit kami ng 26 and 27 and 28 actually. Actually, 29. Until now, medyo recovering kami sa mga symptoms eh. So, yung symptoms, unang-una, yung symptoms nga is yung wala kang panlasa, number 1. Wala kang panlasa, wala kang ganang kumain. So, nag-loss ako ng 6 pounds, 6 to 7 pounds in 6 days. I lost weight. Ewan ko napansin nyo, pero nag-loss ako ng weight. Kasi wala kang ganang kumain talaga. As in, you don't have any appetite to eat. At the same time, pagdating ng gabi, nag-chill ka. Nag-chill ako. Yung wife ko nag-chill. So, kahit anong heater ang buksan namin, nung kami ay mayroong symptoms, talagang hindi, it's not working. So talagang sobrang lamig. Ganun yung pakiramdam na nag-chill ka sa gabi, nanginginig ka. Tapos at the same time, masakit na masakit yung ulo mo. Masakit yung ulo mo sa dito, saka dito. Tapos may darating yung time na kalahati lang ng ulo mo yung masakit. Yung parang mayroon kang migraine dito sa kaliwa or sa kanan. Tapos at the same time, yung mga joints mo, hindi mo mabend masyado. Ganun kasakit. Ganun yung ano sa amin ganun yung atake sa amin ng virus. Luckily, nakatulong din sa amin because of course, we've been taking supplements, vitamin C. It's very important guys talaga yung vitamin C. Vitamin C, 1,000 milligrams. If you guys can take that every day, mag-take po kayo 1,000 milligrams of vitamin C. Nakatulong sa amin yon. Tapos, hala, kaya pala DJ nung umakyat ka sa LS ko, parang payat mo. Yes, nag-loss ako ng weight Nag-loss talaga ako 6-7 pounds na wala sa akin. So hindi lang 'yon. Actually yung ano pa, yung sinasabi natin na tawag dito na yung cough mo, iba yung ubo mo kasi ako like until now, medyo meron pa rin akong konting ano sa lalamunan, medyo makati pa rin yung lalamunan ko, at talagang hindi ka masyadong makakain, hindi ka masyadong. So until now, hindi pa ganun bumabalik yung appetite namin ng wife ko. We are only eating one meal a day. That's it. Hindi kami kumakakain ng gabi. And then of course, kasi nag-ano pa rin kami, re-recover pa rin kami sa virus, sa coronavirus na to, sa COVID-19 na to. No. Minsan yung wife ko, sumasama pakiramdam niya paggabi, naninilalamig pa. Game ha, shoutout sa iyo So, napaka kasi baga, like what I said, it's very unfortunate na tinamaan kami ng coronavirus na ang abala naman nito sa amin. Thank you so much, Karuba. Ang abala naman nito sa amin, we cannot go anywhere. We can't. Naka-isolate lang kami dito sa bahay, naka-quarantine kami. At syempre, because nung tinest kami ng PCR at antigen, naka-register na kami sa county na we are one of those 1 million, Tandaan nyo to. Ang case ng COVID-19 netong holiday, within 24 hours after New Year's Eve, nagtap ng 1 million after 24 hours dito sa buong United States. At ngayon, pagka magpaparegister ka ng testing, kasi libre lang ang testing dito sa US, wala kang makakuha. It's all out of fully book lahat ng testing site. And right now, nag-add up sila ng mga testing site dito kasi ganon dumami ang corona cases o coronavirus na cases dito sa US, especially dito sa Bay Area. So, yun nga, nung nalaman namin yon na kala namin kasi alam nyo, kasi we go out. Kami, nanood pa kami ng Alanis concert last year. Isipin nyo yun nasa concert kami ng Alanis. Siyempre, maraming tao, expected mo, baka doon ka kakuha ng virus. Wala doon, hindi doon nangyari. Pero isipin mo, pagdating mo doon sa party ng family, di ba? Nasa loob kayo ng isang bahay, lahat kayo family, immediate family, doon mo pa makukuha. At the sad part nito, yung mga plans, of course, New Year's Eve celebration, lahat yun na-cancel. So, nag-New Year's Eve kami, family and stuff, nag-Zoom party lang kami. Kasi walang pwedeng pumunta kahit kanino Kasi meron pa kami isang family member, 10 sila sa bahay with six kids Itong matindi. 10 out of 10 sila. Lahat sila sa bahay may na-contract nila yung virus. Pero luckily, yung mga bata naman, kasi malalakas yung immune system. Shoutout sa iyo, bro Pogi for life. Yung mga bata naman, luckily, yung mga symptoms nila hindi ganun hindi ganun yung maanong mga system, yung tipong yung mga symptoms na nila hindi masyadong grabe. So walang na hospital pero 10 out of 10. Lahat sila may virus. Isipin mo yon. So winter break ngayon dito sa US, hindi nila ma-enjoy yung mga bata, hindi nila ma-enjoy kasi isipin mo, nagkaroon ka ng coronavirus. Wala kang pwedeng puntahan. Dito ka lang sa bahay. 'Di ba? Kasi you have to consider 'Di ba? VJ Megan, shoutout sa'yo. You have to consider yung mga taong pwedeng mahawa sa'yo. 'Di ba? Parang kami ng wife ko, nagke-crave kami sa burger. Hindi kami makabili ng burger. Hindi kami makabili ng burger kasi baka mamaya pag lumabas kami, yung yung drive-thru o yung 'di ba mahawa sa amin eh. So nakakalungkot pag nangyari 'yon, magiging spreader pa kami ng virus. 'Di ba? So whatever we have here, yun na kinakain namin. So luckily, kasi dapat I will host. Lourdes Groom, shoutout sa'yo. Mag-host dapat ako ng ng Christmas Day for my mom and my siblings, no. Luckily, hindi ko na sila pinapunta dito kasi my mom, she was a cancer survivor. So ayokong i-risk yung health niya, no, na even though nag-negative ako even though I was negative on the first and second test, pero yung wife ko nag-positive na. Ayoko pala yung i-risk. Ayoko pa rin namin siya papuntahin dito para, it's like, baka mamaya, siya naman yung makakakuha ng virus. Hindi ko alam kung ano yung magiging response sa katawan niya ng virus. Kasi sa amin, although sa amin ng wife ko, we were able to handle it. Kasi nga, of course, like what I said, no, hindi ko naman sinasabing 100%, pero at least yung vaccine, ito po yung sinasabi ko sa inyo, yung vaccine nakatulong sa amin. Nakatulong. At the same time, hindi lang doon. Siyempre, yung mga iniinom namin na supplement, vitamin C, immune booster, those things, it's very, very important na talagang dapat you have to take care of yourself. Now, how you gonna able to prevent this? Siguro kami, may iwasan natin to. Kami siguro maiwasan namin to kung naging hindi lang masyadong naging reckless yung party na yon ng Christmas Eve, no. Kasi nga everybody, kumbaga mismo na lahat family It's been a while since you guys gathered together, 'di ba? And alam mo ang dami ng tao doon. Ang napakadami ng tao doon, alam mo kung ilan? 50 kami lahat. Ang dami noon. Most of those 50 people nagkaroon ng virus. Nagkaroon ng coronavirus na COVID-19. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, isang family, 10 out of 10 sila. Isipin mo yun. 6 kids, from the youngest one to the eldest. Tapos yung mother and father-in-law ko na 75 years old na, nagkaroon din sila ng virus na dapat uwi sila ng Pilipinas noong January 2. Pero because nagkaroon sila ng virus, of course, hindi na sila makakauwi. 'Di ba? Yun yung hassle nito. At the same time, yung takot yung stigma, kasi alam nyo guys, ito yung sinasabi ko, mental health is very, very important. Diba? The good thing about this, kami ng wife ko at yung family member namin, we're very, very close. So, yung syempre importante yung prayer, stuff like that. At syempre, kung sabaga, hindi mo na iisipin dapat na pag meron ka neto is para kang kung sabaga, para kang, like, unlike before, eto, aminin natin, unlike before, first quarter of last year, pag meron ka, nakakuha ka ng coronavirus, para kang ticking time bomb. 'Di ba? Para kang ticking time bomb na you can explode, at the same time makakahawa ka ng ibang tao. At the same time, pwede mong ikamatay. 'Di ba? Pero like I said, ang immune system naman natin iba-iba. So it's very, very important na we invest talaga sa health natin. I think etong pandemic, no, it will last for another year or two. Honest to goodness. Isipin nyo, may Omicron. Tapos you have the COVID-19. Diba? Tapos mayroon naman another variant na na-discover sa France. So it will continue to mutate. It will continue to mutate no matter what happens. So how you gonna able to survive? How you gonna able to cope with this virus na to? We have to start from us. Now, 2022 na, di ba? Siguro we have to be really, really more smarter this time now. Na talagang we have to take care of ourselves. We need to invest sa sarili natin, sa health natin, no matter what happen. Di ba? Kasi kasi baga parang kami ng wife ko, it pays off 'Di ba? It pays off talaga kung ano man yung ininvest. Like my wife, she is body combat instructor. I love hiking. Tumatakbo pa rin ako, 'di ba? Nag-workout pa rin ako. I'm very, very active. Pero importante talaga na you have to invest sa sarili mo. It's not only about yung being healthy. Mental health also is very important. Shoutout po Ma'am Lilibet Garcia. Shoutout po sa inyo. Napaka-importante yan. Kasi pag hindi mo yan, if you cannot take care of your mental health, of course, lalo na pag mag-isa ka, tinamaan ka neto, iba ang dating eh. Siguro hindi ko masabi kasi I'm not alone, no? Pero imagine niyo na lang yung mga taong nagkaroon netong virus na mag-isa sila sa buhay. 'Di ba? Paano nila 'to nalagpasan? So, importante siguro yung importante talaga, like I want to stress this out, na you have to really invest on your health. Mental and physical health. Importante 'yan. 'Di ba? And of course, yung sinasabi natin na mask, 'di ba parang ako nung una, I mean, I have a lot of mask. May binili nga ako mask. It's $300 eh, 'di ba? Pero dapat talagang we have to walk our talk. Kasi baga we have to follow instructions from our government at yung mga guidelines. Kasi yung abala nito, like me, hindi ako makapunta sa office. I can go to the office not until 10 days. Kasi bakit? Baka mamaya pag makontaminate ko yung opisina at kung sino man pumasok doon sa opisina, magkaroon ng coronavirus, it's cargo ko yun. Diba? Those are the things na abala nito eh. Na talagang okay, shoutout Base TV na kahit na hindi ka kahit hindi ka, kung sabaga hindi ka, you're not suffering really hard about this, na hindi ka nagsasuffer ng matindi. Pero yung tipong pagka ikaw yung abala na ibinibigay sa iyo nito, yun ang pinakagrabe. Abala talaga na hindi mo, kung sabaga, yung yung tawag dito, yung galaw mo limitado eh. Kasi you have to be very, very careful at iisipin mo, baka mamaya yung mga taong nakapaligid sa'yo, mahawa mo. Paano yung taong mahawa mo, kinamatay nila? Yun ang mahirap. Konsensya mo yun. Konsensya natin yun. Kaya nga, dun nga sa nangyari, nung nagkaroon ng outbreak ng coronavirus dun sa family, I mean, kami wala na kami magawa. Of course, some of them, they're very, very, yung mga auntie, mga tito, tita, medyo galit sila na bakit gano'n na nangyari, hindi naisip. Kasi may mga tao doon na may mga condition, may diabetes, may isa doon, may lupus. Pogi pa nga, shoutout sa'yo. Yung isa doon, may of course, may elderly doon na 90 years old na. Imagine mo kung yung mga yon, kung wala mga shot siguro yon, di ba? Siguro baka hindi nila, I don't know, baka mamaya siguro they got hit really, really hard nitong virus. So, yung vaccination talaga, it helps. It will help us. Di ba? Pero dapat hindi tayo doon dapat talaga mag-rely 100%. Aside from getting the vaccination, di ba? You have to take care of yourself. You have to take care of yourself. Di ba? So, like ako nga, sabi ko nga nung hindi ako nakakuha nung second test, first test negative, second test negative. Pagdating ng third test positive, sabi ko, tawag dito, it's real. Sabi ko gano'n, talagang totoo. Kasi hindi mo masasabi pagka hindi mo nakuha para pag hindi mo na hindi ikaw yung nagkaroon, para bang medyo ka pa, medyo mandali lang, hindi naman yata totoo. Pero ito pakita ko sa inyo. Hindi ko nakikita niyo, sandali. Pakita ko sa inyo. Tagalin natin ito. Pakakaroon natin. Yan. Ito. Ayan o. See that? Positive. Diba? Tumili mo. Ayan. Diba? Positive. Ayan o. Positive. So, nung nakuha ko yung email, 5:32 tumawag pa sa amin yung nurse na nag-take ng swab test. Actually, sila yung nagpasok na everything. Tumawag sa amin bago namin makuha yung result na, you guys are positive, quarantine yourself. Ayan, nakakuha na kami ng text sa county, nakakuha na kami ng text sa California Health. na eto ganyan, you have to alert those people na nakasama nyo within 24 hours na nagkaroon kayo ng virus. You have to alert, they have to let them know. Luckily, nung nagkaroon naman kami nito, wala naman kaming ibang kasama. Kaming dalawa lang na wife ko aside from the our two dogs, no, na ang dami kong halaman sa likod, no, plantito ko. Sensya na. Na wala naman kami ibang kasama. So, yun. Kaya talagang sabi ko, man, yung abala na it's really hard. So after January 7, yes, actually 5 days eh. So Sunday, actually sa tingin namin we were like really too early. Too early kami nagpa-test ng wife ko kaya nung mga first and second test, nag-negative kami. Kasi sabi nga talaga 3 to 5 days. Actually 5 days nga actually ang guidelines eh. 5 days ang guidelines, magpa-test ka, magpa-swab test ka na. Kasi kami, before kami magpa-swab test, nagkasakit na kami. Alam mo, sumama na yung pakiramdam mo after ng Christmas Eve, Christmas Day, the day after Christmas, 27, wedding anniversary namin, 14 years na kami. Wala na yung mga plano na ginawa namin. No? Hindi na kami nakapag-out of town, kami dalawa. Kasi sumama na yung pakiramdam namin, tapos nagkasakit na kami pareho. Nagkasakit na kami. So, yung tawag dito, yung 3 days, yung 3 days is very severe. Yung severe na ibig sabihin na talagang para kami trangkaso, everything is talagang masakit. Tapos gumigising ka ng madaling araw. Oy, Chanel Maggie, shoutout sa iyo. Happy New Year. Gumigising ka ng madaling araw kasi you're uncomfortable, nilalamig ka. Tapos yung talagang hindi ka luckily ito pa isa. Luckily hindi naman kami nahirapan huminga. Hindi kami nahirapan huminga. So thank God no na talagang yung breathing namin kasi most of mga tinatamaan ng COVID, di ba? Yung kanila, yung respiratory issue, respiratory problem, magkakaroon ka ng pneumonia, then you will really having a hard time to breathe. Di ba? Hindi naman kami nagkaroon ng gano'n na issue na having hard time breathing. No? Pero yung talagang body ache, pain, yung headache, yun talaga yung medyo severe doon. Yung body pain talaga, tsaka yung nag-chill ka sa gabi. You were very, very, kung sabaga, lamig ka na nanginginig ka na hindi mo alam kung paano mo babalutin yung sarili mo ng comforter kasi ganun kalamig. Actually, naglagay pa nga ako ng medyas kasi hindi ako nagme-medyas sa gabi pag malamig eh. Naglagay ako ng medyas na makapal kasi I can't. Kasi baga, tolerable naman pero syempre, yung body mo kasi may virus ka so ina-attack yung immune system mo, ina-attack niya yon. So talagang medyo medyo tawag dito, medyo weak ka ng konti, no? 'Di ba? So after noon, sabi ko na, oh shit. Ito pa lang coronavirus, no? Pero luckily talaga, guys. And I thank God na hindi masyadong severe yung aming symptoms. Aside from those yung mga flu, colds, cough, phlegm, 'di ba? Aches, body aches, you know. Aside from that, wala naman yung very severe na talagang I have to rush to the hospital na kailangan. Kasi after 3 days 3 days lang naman yung very severe. Tapos after nun, talagang from uphill talaga the downhill ka na tapos mag-stable na. Pero until na, umiinom pa rin kami ng mga vitamin C, no? At mga supplement. Continuous pa rin yan. Kasi sabi ko nga you never know You never know. And syempre, sa bagay, Maya Kira, shoutout sa'yo. You never know. Kaya, syempre sinasanitize namin itong bahay. Di ba? So, those are really the actual experiences that I had. Pero again, my tip to you guys, mga tips ko po sa inyo, no? If ever, and hopefully hindi naman po sana, nakakontract kayo ng coronavirus na may COVID-19 o may carrier. Ito kasi carrier yung sa kanya nangyari. Carrier eh. Wala silang sakit pero sila yung carrier. Ito pa yung nakakatakot. Ito yung nakakatakot, bago ko makalimutan. Carrier sila, wala silang sakit. And I know hindi sila nagkasakit pero sila yung carrier ng virus, asymptomatic. Isipin nyo yun, hindi mo talaga alam kung ano yung pwedeng dumapo sa iyo, no? Kung sino talaga maging carrier ng virus kasi alam namin kung sino. We know, of course, family. Pero wala silang sakit. Hindi sila nagkasakit. So sila yung naging carrier ng virus asymptomatic. Imagine that. 'Di ba? Tapos kami yung mga nandun, kami yung mga tinamaan, kami yung mga nagkaroon ng symptoms, no? From cough to flu, colds. So yun ang nakakatakot dito. Yun talaga. Hindi naman I'm not trying to scare you guys. I'm just giving you guys awareness na the COVID-19 or coronavirus is real. So we have to take this seriously. Kasi we have to be very, very careful. 2022 na, di ba? 2022 na. We never know. Alam nyo guys, ito nga ang prediction dito. It's just going to be part of our life, ang coronavirus. Hindi na siya mawawala. It will not be, hindi na siya madi-disappear. I think for us, magiging parte na siya ng everyday life natin, parang flu season, 'di ba? Parang ganon. So, it's up to us. Tayo na mismo yung mag-a-adjust, tayo na mismo yung gagawa ng paraan para para kahit pa paano, pagka tinamaan tayo nito, we will be able to survive. Kasi maraming balita sa news na may mga tinatamaan nito. I'm good. Ayoko nga. Sweet. Ayoko. Ayoko. Ayoko nga. Sandali lang. Tapos, yun nga sinasabi ko na we have to invest we have to invest sa health natin. It's very, very important. Hindi na ito mawawala. I mean, hindi naman guarantee, pero it's just going to be here. Nandiyan na yan. Hindi na mawawala yan. Pero syempre, as we move along, as we live our life, 'di ba, our separate lives, as we move on in this pandemic, it's up to us kung paano tayo mag-i-invest sa health natin. 'Di ba? Kung sa baga, parang yung parang nangyari sa H1N1. Tingnan niyo, H1N1 di naman nawala yan. Nandiyan pa rin yan. May vaccine lang. 'Di ba? So, ako siguro, if you guys gonna ask me for advice, i-consider natin na magpa-vaccine. I know a lot of people are still not optimistic but very skeptical about the vaccine. Even me, skeptical ako diyan. Pero that's one way for us to siguro para lang we will have a clear presence of mind. We have to do our own research like what I did. I did my own research eh. I read a lot of books, 'di ba? Nagbasa-basa ako, tiningnan ko talaga, 'di ba? Ano ba ang magiging epekto nito? Although yes, it's a very very short short time of studying about yung vaccination, no? Pero it's very important kasi na ano ba yung i-rather mong i-risk? Yung pag ikaw tinamaan ng corona at ma-infect mo yung family mo and then you never know who's gonna survive, o ikaw magkakaroon ka ng vaccine and you have a chances to survive pagka tinamaan ka ng coronavirus. 'Di ba? Alam naman natin na walang kasiguraduhan. All of us, walang kasiguraduhan. Pero I think for me, it's better for us to really research first, my advice. Read a lot of articles about the vaccine, especially kung anong brand yung mga gusto nyong tingnan, vaccination. 'Di ba? And then after that, 'di ba, make a decision. Make a decision not only for yourself but also for your family. 'Di ba? So if you think that it's the right, kung meron na siguro kayong maintindihan niyo na siguro, di na kayo takot, then go for it. 'Di ba? Kasi ako marami akong kinonsider eh. Yung nagtake ako ng nagpa-vaccine ako. Kinonsider ko syempre yung mom ko na may previous cancer before, 'di ba, na baka mamaya maging carrier ako. Yun nga yung nangyari. Asymptomatic yung nagdala ng virus eh. Dun sa Christmas Eve party. So, paano kung ganun yung aking maging situation? Asymptomatic ako, din maipasa ko sa mom ko, maipasa ko sa in-laws ko, maipasa ko, tapos one of them, 'di ba, namatay, hopefully not. 'Di ba? Dala mo yung konsensya. So, and syempre, yun nga rin na we have to really yung talagang yung hindi naman mandate pero we have to be very very cautious. Wash our hands frequently, mag-wear tayo ng mask, 'di ba? Kuya Alfie, shoutout sa iyo 'Di ba? Mag-wear tayo ng mask, mag ano tayo, sa baga, mag-ingat tayo, 'di ba? Huwag na tayo masyado magpunta sa mga party if kung we are not feeling well. Ito rin if we are not feeling well, do not force yourself to go to a party. Kung meron kang kasama sa bahay na medyo hindi maganda yung pakiramdam, consider yourself na baka na-contaminate ka na rin. So just stay in the house. Kasi yung nangyari sa amin, sa family na, sinabi pa sa amin she's not feeling well, blah, 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 ganito, ganyan. Tapos, man, next thing you know, naging super spreader. Yun ang nangyari, super spreader talaga, guys. I mean, most of us, talaga nagkaroon. Siguro, ilan lang hindi nagkaroon. I think 2-3 lang. You know? Swerte yung 2-3. Tsaka yung nagdala. Kasi kung sa baga, sila tawag dito. Naging sila naging reckless, of course. Nandiyan yung sama-sama pa yung family, nasa yung tawag dito, yung what you call this? Yung circulation ng hangin, 'di ba? Nasa isang lang, paikot-ikot lang sa loob ng bahay. 'Di ba? Tapos wala kang mga mask kasi nga masyado na tayong kampante dahil na vaccinated na. 'Di ba? So that's my thing na sa amin lesson learned din do, no? Lesson learned din na kung magpupunta kami ng ibang party, if we can wait, we will wait. Pero sabi ko nga, abala yung abala talaga yung number 1 Ako hindi ako meron ako mga bagay na kailangan gawin, asikasuhin, hindi ko maasikaso. I have to wait 10 days. 10 days ako maghihintay. 'Di ba? 5 days ako magka-quarantine, dapat another 5 days akong mag-wear ng mask. 'Di ba? At syempre magiging cautious pa rin sa mga galaw kasi you never know, baka mamaya maipasa ko to sa kung kanino man. 'Di ba? So nakakatakot din Nakakatakot kasi I'm not takot, hindi ako takot sa sarili ko. Takot ako dun sa pwede kong mahawan tao na pwede nilang iba ikadisgrasya. Yun dun ako natatakot kasi kung sa baga baka mamaya yung mahawaan ko nito, wala pa lang vaccination, mahina immune system, may underlying condition, tapos sila. 'Di ba? Kasi sabi ko kung ako alam ko, I was able to survive it, unlike before, sinasabi ko sa inyo, paano yung ibang tao na hindi kami naniniwala tapos nahawaan natin sila tapos next thing you know, they pass away, no, namatay sila. 'Di ba mas parang konsensya natin 'yon. So ako advice ko, if you think na or if you feel something, 'di ba? Or sa tingin mo na exposed ka, wait 5 days, quarantine yourself 5 days, tapos magpa-test kayo. 3 to 5 days. Pero ako, ang advice ko, kasi sa akin, 24, 25, 26, 27, 31. Sa akin kasi isipin nyo, ika-8 day ako nag-positive. Kasi 24 kami na-expose. So 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 1, 2. Nagpa-test ako ng 2, ika-9th day. Ika-9th day ako nag-positive. Isipin nyo, pero exposure ko 24. Di ba ang tagal nung tagal ng incubation period ng virus? Di ba? So 24, tapos 2, nag-positive ako, this Sunday lang. So isipin nyo, 8 days. Pero nagpa-test na ako ng 26 So 24, 25, 26. Second day, nagpa-test ako. Wala. Negative. 27, 28. 28, nagpa-test ako. Nag-negative pa rin ako. So after 5 days na yun, After 5 days, no? Tapos, yung 2, ika-9th day, 2, nagpa-test ako. Doon ako nag-positive. So, hindi talaga, kung sa baga, until now medyo kumbaga para sa akin, it's still unclear paano mo talaga mahuhuli. Pero right now, I feel good. Medyo, of course, medyo may ano lang ng konti, may sipon, gano'n. Pero I feel good na nasa recovery stage na ako. Nasa recovery stage na ako ng ano, ng corona. At DJ, when did you get the symptoms? Nakuha ko yung symptoms ng 27 base TV. 27, medyo hindi na maganda yung pakiramdam ko. Ito pang malupit. Namaga yung ano ko, namaga yung root canal ko. So I have a root canal here sa bagang, sa taas, namagayan. As in, namagayan, namaga siya ng ano, namaga siya ng 4 days. So, na-infect ako, infection yon, na-infection. So, nagtawag ako sa dentist, nag-take ako ng penicillin 500 milligrams. Tapos, dapat tatanggalin na. Ngayon, hindi ako makapunta ng dentist. Kasi yung root canal ko, nag-crack siya eh. So, ngayon, tumatama siya sa laman, yung laman, nai-infect, so namamaga. Masakit, sobra. Hindi ako makapunta ng dentist. I have to wait until the 22nd of January para lang mapatanggal na yung root canal na nabasag, no? Hindi kaya nahawa ka DJ sa mismo nung nauna nag-positive. It's a possibility as well. Kasi nga nasa isang bahay lang kami. Pwede din 'yun, Carl. Na nahawa ako sa wife ko, no. Pero na-expose, alam mo yung taong nagdala ng virus, kasama ko palagi eh. Kasama ko palagi. As in, magkakasama kami dun sa lugar, tapos nagsha-shot pa kami. 24 to, Christmas Eve. Ewan ko kung makikita nyo, pag nagpunta kayo sa Facebook ko, makikita nyo, napakadaming tao. Pero, yun pa isa, Base TV, hindi ko rin alam kung kailan talaga ako nag-positive kasi 26 nagpa-test kami, negative. Ito, may mga screenshot ako eh. Yung una kong test, dali Nasaan ba? Okay. Unang test, 26. 3:27 PM, negative ako. Dito pa yung record eh. Sunod nun, 28. After 2 days, nakuha yung resulta ng 30. Not detected na naman. Negative. Okay, 13. Kasi nagpa-test ako ng 28. Tapos nakuha yung resulta after 2 days, 30. Kasi PCR yun eh. Negative. Negative pa rin. Pero meron na akong naramdaman. Kung sabaga, sabay kami halos nagkasakit ng wife ko. Sabay kami halos talagang walang pangganang kumain. Yung body aches nandun, yung pain, yung cough, nandun lahat. Sabay kami halos. Talagang sige. Talagang wala kang maramdaman. So, tapos nagpa-test kami ulit ng 28, ako nag-negative. Yung wife ko nag-positive. Ngayon, nung nag-positive siya, nagmask na ako, nagmask na kami. Pero I think it was too late already. Siguro yung sa akin, matagal lang nag-manifest. Yun ang aking tawag dito. Yun ang aking observation, no? Kasi sabay kami nagkasakit eh. Sabay kami nagkasakit talaga. Sabay na sabay. Siguro nauna lang siya sa akin ng isang araw. After noon, ako naman. So, talagang sabaga magkasunod. Tapos after noon, sabi ko, nung nag-negative ako ng 30 at siya nag-positive, nagpa-test ulit ako ng Sunday. Sabay kami nagpa-test. Yun na, positive na kami pareho. Totoo, Base TV. It's hard. Especially pagka Pero yung alam mo, ito Base TV, no? Ano namin, kung sino talaga yung may dala ng virus. Kasi, ano siya kung sabaga, he was really he was really loud. Hindi naman loud pero he was ganito. Alam mo nagkikwento na siya, men. Pero kami because para bang okay, wala lang. Masama pakiramdam, pero alam namin na positive. Ah, kung sabaga, we didn't take it seriously, no. Hindi namin take it seriously na baka maging super spreader to. Yun na nga yung nangyari, super spreader. Talagang super spreader. So hindi na eto dito sa Macmer. So talagang lahat ng nahawa na. Kung sa bagay, yung mga regalo, may mga regalo kami ngayon hindi namin maibigay, kasi baka mamaya may mga may mga virus to. Shout out Macmer. 'Di ba? Mamaya maipasa pa namin. So siguro we have to sanitize it at maghihintay kami siguro baka sa February na namin to ibigay, Valentine's Day. So ayun. Ay, shout out. Nasaan ka?
Tanong nga ako sa'yo.
May sakit ka na rin?
Anong pakiramdam mo nung nung nagkasakit ka? Sa akin, sasabihin ko lang ayan mo lang hindi ko sigurado eh. Ngayon, ang nararamdaman ko, masakit na masakit yung ubo ko. Okay? Tapos,
masakit sa batok pag ubo ka?
Oo.
Yun, isa yun.
Hilas batok pati sa ulo.
Oo. Masakit tapos, pati dito. Oo.
Ang nararamdaman ko ngayong araw na to, yung ilong ko, papunta rito sa buong katawan ko sa loob, parang nilalamig.
Parang nahihirapan ka huminga.
Oo. Pag umuubo ako, parang binubuhot yung buong katawan ko.
Magpa-check, magpa-test ka. Kailan ka nagsakit?
Nung nung Monday.
Alam niya ka. Monday. Na-expose ka ba? Paano ka nagkasakit?
Putang ina, nag-positive yung putang inang bilat na namin. Yung HR.
Na-expose ka?
Hindi ko alam kung nagkausap kami ng malapitan. Pero yung mga ilan sa katrabaho ko,
maligo din kasi minsan di lang yan ka GL. Hindi, Macber, kasi kung yung titignan mo na lang yung yung tawag dito, yung circulation ng hangin sa loob ng office nyo.
Wala circulation yun.
Wala kayong ventilation?
Wala, parking yun eh. Parang parking lot yung yung pwesto ko eh.
Hindi, pero yung HR, nasaan yung HR?
HR, wala yun. Sarado yung talaga.
Pero paano mo masasabing na expose ka kung nag-positive siya? Meron ba siya nakausap na iba? Kasi pwedeng mangyari, kamukha nangyari sa amin. Yung carrier ng virus, nagpunta sa party pero walang sakit. Asymptomatic.
Ito nga yung sa amin. Anong nangyari sa amin? Wala akong matandaan na nag-usap kami ng malapit. Pero lahat nung nahawa sa kanya, yung anim, nakausap ko.
Nakausap niya yon.
Oo, nakasama kasi nga 'di ba nung bago kami meron may birthday, nagdala ng cake, doon sila nagkain, hindi man ako sumasali sa ganun, dahil umiiwas nga ako. Putang ina, pagkatapos nila kumain, nag-usap-usap kami, ganun.
Pera. Very pera. Magpa-test ka, tol. Yan ang sabihin ko sa'yo. Kasi kami ng wife ko, sa akin lumabas ika-9th day, isipin mo. 2 beses ako nagpa-test negative pareho. 2 beses ako nagpa-test negative. Isang PCR tsaka antigen. Negative yon. Yung pangatlo kong test, kasi pupunta ako ng opisina, nag-positive ako. So ikaw, pwede kang na-expose ka kasi ang nangyari siguro, nag-positive yung HR na may kausap, tapos hindi mo na alam kung sino kinausap mo doon, pwede na ipasa sa'yo. Kasi ganun yung nangyari sa amin eh. Yung kasama nila sa bahay, positive. Nagpunta sila sa party, wala silang sakit. Hindi sila nagkasakit. Talagang they are acting normal. Hanggang ngayon yata. Tapos, naipasa sa amin. Kaya nga sabi ko sa iyo, may isang family doon sa amin, yung nag-host ng party, 10 out of 10 lahat sila positive.
Huwag naman. Bata ko. Putang ina, hindi na talaga ako maninigarilyo habang buhay. Putang ina, sigarilyo. Lahat na naninigarilyo, tigil nyo na yan. Walang mabuting idudulot yan.
Pero seryoso yung sinasabi mo ha. Macber, baka mamaya nanloloko ka na hayop ka. Hindi ka manloko eh.
Hindi, positive talaga.
Magpa-test ka.
Paano ka magpapates?
Eh,
Alam mo yung Life Lab?
oh.
May schedule ako kahapon.
Oh.
Kasi hindi nakakabili dito ng Rappi yung test kit.
Oh, yung antigen.
Wala nabibili rito. Meron daw doon. Nagpa-schedule ako kahapon. Wala namang bus, walang transportation kahapon. Umuwi ako ng bahay, 2 oras kalahati nilakad ko.
Walang yan.
Walang bus kahapon, snowstorm, mamaya gabi, snowstorm ulit. Kaya pinauwi ako ng maaga, umuwi talaga ako dahil masama ang pakiramdam ko. Sabi ko, hindi ko kaya. Nag-undertime ako kanina ng 2:30.
So, maghintay ka ba ng 3 days? 3 days pa. Monday ka na-expose eh. Monday, Tuesday pa lang. Ano ngayon? Wednesday, 2 days pa tsaka ka magpa-test. Magpa-test ka. Pero buti na lang ikaw, may vaccine ka.
Oo naman.
Oo. Kasi nagyoyosi ka eh.
Masama talaga yung putang ng yosi na yan. Dapat yan, no? Dapat yung sigarilyo, hindi na tinitinda yan eh. Kasi hindi naman healthy yan eh.
Lagya ka.
Diba?
Ewan ko sa yosi ka na yosi.
Ano ba napapala ng tao sa sigarilyo? Sige nga, ipaliwanag nyo nga.
Ikaw, ano ba napapala o hayop kayo?
Aksaya sa pera. Una.
Oh.
Pangalawa, babaw hininga mo. Diba?
Parang kang walking ashtray.
Oo, pangatlo, ang baho ng kamay mo. Masisira pa ang ngipin mo. Kaka-cancerin ka pa. Puta. Itigil nyo na yan. Diba?
Lagya.
Sa lahat na naninigarilyo, itigil nyo na huya hanggat maaga pa. Dahil talagang walang
Booster is
mangyayari sa
booster.
inyo.
Oo nga, booster eh. Base TV. Pero hindi pa, ito pa isa, hindi pa ako nagpapa-booster shot. Wala pa akong booster shot. Yung pangatlo, dapat next week meron. This weekend dapat meron ako. Pero kinancel ko kasi nga sinabi ko doon na nagka-COVID na ako. Pero naka-register na kami sa county. Ibig sabihin naka-register. Pagka kasi nagka-COVID ka dito, Macber, automatic yan yung pangalan mo, re-register sa county yan. Malalaman niya ng county na, uy, ito si Byron, may COVID to. So, para kang nasa watchlist ngayon. Para kang ganun na mangyayari. Tapos malalaman nila kung saan ka, Union City. So, for example, dito sa kalye namin, nagkaroon lahat dito ng COVID. Ang suspect, ang primary suspect dito ako. Oo, ganun dito.
Yung binabalita, totoo ba yun? 1 milyon yung may COVID sa inyo ngayon?
Oo, sa buong Amerika? 1 milyon, oo.
Grabe naman yun.
1 milyon within 24 hours. Hello, Niche Kids, Ate Niche Kids. Okay naman na ako. Recovery stage na. Recovery stage na yung yun nga lang, thank God, hindi kami nahirapan huminga, walang nagkaroon ng oxygen, wala. Kasi baga, yung very severe talaga, Macber, dito na yung masakit yung katawan mo sobra. Tsaka yung pag umuubo ka, masakit sa batok, gumagapang hanggang sa harap sa may gitna ng ulo. Ganun yun. Tapos, mawawalan ka na ng ganang kumain. Tapos, yung joints mo masakit. Ganun talaga.
Ay, hindi. Yung buto ko hindi naman masakit.
Pero kami naman ngayon, wala. Recovery stage na actually. Recovery stage. 3 araw lang yung medyo severe ng konti. Yung gusto mo lang matulog ng matulog, ayaw mong gumalaw. Pero ako kahit nung may nilalagnat ako, pinilit kong naligo talaga ako. Tsaka pinipilit ko talagang gumalaw. Kasi hindi ko sa baga, hindi healthy pag tinutulog ko siya. Hindi. Para lang akong lalagnatin lalo.
Maiba tayo, DJ.
Oh.
Nagpagawa ka raw ng t-shirt ng mga FLM. Pamimigay mo raw. May nagsabi sa akin.
Meron nga, nagpagawa nga.
Totoo ba yun?
Oo.
Ngayon, yung mga viewers dyan, hingi na kay DJ ng t-shirt. FLM lang malakas. Nakalagay doon, no?
Sira ulo.
Nagpa-imprenta si DJ, Ano yung pinimprenta mo?
Wala.
100? 100,000 bang t-shirt o 20,000?
100,000. Kulaang for senator.
Nako, pagkakataon na natin yan. Ay, Tolbase! Gid, watch out.
Pero ikaw, Macber, magpaano ka? Di nga. Sabi ni Kuya Mel. Hindi totoo, Kuya Mel. Wala kay Macber. Pero ikaw, Macber, magpa-test ka. Magpa-test ka, bro. Sabi ko sa'yo, magpa-test ka talaga. Kasi ako, isipin mo kampante ako, wala akong COVID eh. 2 test, isipin mo negative. PCR tsaka antigen ha. Yung pangatlo, dun na talaga, sabi ko siya. You know?
Wala talaga no? Kahit saan talaga no?
Oo.
Pero malakas yung wala naman akong nararamdaman na yung kakaiba talaga, wala naman.
Hindi, kung vaccinated ka naman na, wala naman eh. Kasi baga, parang trangkaso nga. Yun nga yung sa amin eh. Para kaming tinarangkaso, tapos para kang binaksakan. Yung wife ko, gumigising ng madaling araw, sobrang sakit ng ulo. Ganun yung sa kanya. Ganun yung epekto sa kanya. Sa akin, hindi ko naman naranasan yun. Pero sa kanya, gigising siya ng mga alas 3 ng madaling araw, sobrang sakit ng ulo niya. Parang
sasabog. Ba siya?
Hindi. Wala nagyosi sa amin.
Itigil nyo na yung sigarilyo. Kung may nanonood dyan, itigil nyo na yan. Walang peste sa buhay yung sigarilyo na yan.
Pero yung iba, Macber, yung iba naman na nagkaka-COVID, na may mga napapanood ako, after nila magka-COVID, nagkakaroon sila ng depression, mental health. Kasi hindi nila kinakaya yung stress, ng mental stress ng tawag dito. Kaya shoutout Kuya Boyeta, yung mental stress ng pagka nag-COVID ka. Hindi nila kinakaya. 'Di ba? Kasi matindi ang impact. Alam mo yung abala na lang, sabi ko si Macber, abala talaga sobra. Isipin mo, hindi ako makapunta sa opisina 10 araw. Wala akong magagawa.
Sigurado yun.
Yun na lang abala eh. Egwak TV, shoutout sa'yo ha.
Egwak ko. Egwak, long time no see.
Oo nga, nabuhay ito sa Egwak ko.
Oo. Tigil nyo na yung sigarilyo.
Ay, shoutout Jojo. Shoutout sa'yo Jojo. Spencer, tigil mo na yan.
Ay, ko palang batiin si Kai Spencer.
Kai Spencer, happy birthday. Pero wala naman
happy
dito
birthday,
eh.
Kai Spencer, happy birthday.
Nandito ba? Wala, nandito si Jojo eh.
Masama ang ligay ko kagabi. Puta, isipin mo, DJ, 2.5 oras ako naglakad. Putang ina, para akong alam mo yung
para talaga, magkakasakit na talaga no. 2 oras ka naglakad.
Snowstorm ha?
Talagya ka.
Sapatos ko basang-basa.
Ma'am Caramelita Yamada, shoutout po sa inyo. Ba't ka kasi naglakad? Ba't ka kasi pumasok? Dapat di ka na pumasok.
Hindi, pauwi na kami nung nag-snow eh.
Oh, snowstorm.
Oo. Mamaya meron ulit.
Ito pa pala isa, Macber. Yung panlasa mo, yung na-experience namin ng wife ko, sa wife ko, yung wala siyang panlasang maalat. Wala siyang panlasang maalat.
Oo, sa akin meron naman kanina.
Pero lahat ng matamis nalalasahan niya. Pero yung maalat, hindi. As in.
Tinesting ko lang kanina sa sa plema.
Kaya ako ginawa ko, nagsoda ako kasi hindi ako nagsosoda eh. Hindi ako minom ng soda. In case na mawala yung panlasa ko sa soda, sa matamis, alam ko doon na. Pero hindi naman nawala. Pero yun nga, yung grabe yung plema mo, grabe yung sipon mo. Minsan ngayon, meron pa rin mga meron pa rin mga konting pagkagabi, medyo nagkaklag yung ilong ko. Pero hindi na ganoon katindi kamukha ng mga first 3 days ng symptoms. Matindi yung first 3 days ng symptoms, talagang para bang, alam mo yung pakiramdam mo na hinulugan ka ng bato sa ulo, ganun. Oo.
Ito, Jojo,
pero nung nag-test naman kami, hindi naman namin iniisip na ay, positive tayo, baka ma-hospital tayo, no. Hindi namin iniisip 'yon. Kasi pre-prepare namin yung sarili namin na kung sakasakaling tamaan kami ng COVID. At hindi namin i-expect to, Macber, tinama kami ng COVID-19. Isipin mo, patapos ng taon, tsaka kami nagka-COVID.
Isipin mo. Pinaka-importante talaga, huwag kayong sasama sa mga party-party.
Hindi, yung party nga, ito nga malupit eh. Family lang. At lahat vaccinated. Bakit lahat vaccinated? Pero isipin mo nagkaroon pa rin lahat ng COVID. Halos lahat na nandun. Actually, I think 3 tao lang yung hindi nagka-COVID. Lahat na nandun sa party nagka-COVID.
Ay, may timano. Ako talagang tinis ko, DJ, kahit sino
Simo mo,
mag-imbita sa akin.
50 yung nandun 50. Out of 50, 47 nagkaroon ng COVID.
Punta
Super
mo, 50
spreader.
na tao, napakarami nun, DJ.
Oh, di ba? Kaya yung sinabi nga namin na sana, hindi na nagpunta yung may kasama sa bahay na may COVID. Pero it was too late. Kasi kinikwento pa niya doon. Oh, yung kapatid ko, ganito, ganyan. Pero alam mo yung kami, okay. Parang wala lang kasi nga, very Kasi baga para bang may vaccine na kami. Pero naging reckless talaga. Reckless. Tapos naging masyadong complacent talaga. Jojo, may vaccine nga ako, nahawa ako eh. Sipin mo, Jo, nagkaroon din ako ng symptoms. Hindi ka naman talaga ng vaccine. Hindi, ang vaccine na binigay, it's not for us kusabaga para hindi makakuha ng virus. Ang vaccine na to is to support lang yung immune system natin na pagka tayo tinamaan ng coronavirus or yung COVID, there's a higher chance for us to survive. Yun. Hindi to avoid o hindi para hindi ka makakuha ng virus, no. At least you will have a higher chances to survive kung sakaling tamaan ka ng coronavirus.
Tol DJ.
Oh.
Di ba nakakausap mo si idol mo? Nag-vaccinated na ba yon?
Sa kanya?
Si idol FLM mo? Vaccinated na?
Ay, hindi pa daw.
Hindi pa ba?
Oo. Hinihintay daw, nakapira daw siya sa lethal injection. Hindi na daw siya babak.
Ano ba? Akala ko mahal na mahal mo yun.
Mahal naman, ikaw yun. Iniyakan mo yun eh. Hindi, pero...
Yung mga viewers, sabi sa akin nung kaibigan ni DJ, babalik na raw siya ron. Ipangangampanya niya raw si Idol. Pangangampanya si Idol. Ay, press one. Sa lahat ng boboto kay FLM
na. Ayun si Kuya Mel. May booster nga ako, tinamaan na nga din ako, Bro Byron. Tingnan mo.
Ayun, wala talagang
Wala, it doesn't mean na meron kang vaccine, it doesn't mean na meron kang booster, hindi ka tatamaan ng COVID, no?
Pero,
tatamaan ka, pero there's a higher chance for you to survive. Ganun lang yun.
May napanood ako tol DJ, mas maganda siguro tamaan na tayo ng COVID eh. Alam mo yun?
Bakit?
Kasi may napanood ako, kung tamaan ka raw ng COVID at nakasurvive ka, kumbaga magkakaroon ka ng
antibodies.
Oo eh. Alam mo yun, para bang antayin na lang natin kung talagang oras mo na, di ba?
Actually, actually may ganun nga na tawag dito na theory, no, na most of the kabay steroids.
Hindi kasi, di ba, darating yung time, maaaring napagkal mo lang na hindi kahawaan, pero darating ang time, sigurado ko madadali ka niyan.
Oo, hindi nga mawawala. Hindi na nga ito mawawala. Hindi na ito mawawala. Kasi magiging parte na kaya nga itong pandemic, sabi ko sa inyo, hindi na ito mawawala siya, hindi na siya magiging pandemic. Ano na siya, kung sa baga magiging parang parte na ng buhay natin na meron tayong meron coronavirus dyan sa tabi-tabi na pwede mo ma-pick up. Ngayon, nasa sa atin na lang kung how we can be able to invest sa health natin. Kasi if we're not gonna invest sa health natin at pagiging pabaya tayo, abay, para kang kumuha ng martilyo, yung COVID-19 yun, na pinukpok mo sa ulo mo. Diba?
Magkaroon na tayo eh. Huwag lang yung matatanda. Huwag lang yung mga matatanda.
Tingnan mo yung, kaya hindi lang yun. Isipin mo yung, ang dami nang namatay dito sa sa COVID-19 na to. At ang ngayon, meron pa rin namamatay. Pero yun nga, sabi ko nga, kung vaccinated ka, there's a higher chance for you to survive pag nakuha mo, pag tinamaan ka nito. Higher chance. Hindi naman sinasabing 100% magsusurvive ka. Parang kami nakapag-survive kami aside from the vaccination. Of course, meron kami mga tinitik na mga supplement. Of course, aside from that, di ba? So,
pakiramdam ko, pare. Parang talagang siguro subukan na natin magkaroon ng alam mo yon, malaman na natin kung matatag tayo o hindi eh. Kasi tingnan mo, Di ba, iwas tayo ng iwas, face mask ng face mask. Puta, ubra ba yung 5 taon, 10 taon tayo naka-face mask?
Hindi na mawala. Ay, maraming salamat. Egwak TV sa Super Chat, ha. Thank you,
Nako,
thank you
wag
so
na
much.
po kayo magpakulay. Wag na po kayo magpakulay. Kaya naman, happy, Merry Christmas!
Merry Christmas! Sabi ni Kuya Mel, last Sunday ako nagpa-test. Pareho tayo, Kuya Mel, last Sunday. Nag-positive ako, kaya eto, nakakulong ako sa kwarto, pangatlong araw ko na ito. Tinan mo. Yun yung abala nito, Macber, na pagka nag-positive ka, quarantine mo yung sarili mo. Hindi ka pwedeng lumabas. Gusto baga, 'di ba? Para bang hindi ka masyadong makakapaggalaw-galaw. Parang kami. Kami nandito lang. Pero ito nga sabi ko sa inyo, naghanda kasi kami nung Christmas Day para for my mom. So nagluto ko spaghetti, yung may hotdog, tapos may cake dito. So yun ang kinakain namin for the past how many days? Wala kami magagawa kasi hindi kami pwedeng lumabas kasi yun nga sinasabi ko na cargo diskonsensya mo pag may nahawa tapos namatay. Man, cargo diskonsensya kasi dito pa naman sa California, ang dami ditong ayaw pa rin magpabakuna. Di ba? O kung may bakuna naman sila, pag nahawa mo sila, tapos yung pala hindi kinaya ng system nila yung virus, edi tapos sila. Oo. Egwak TV, maraming salamat sa Super Chat. Diba?
DJ, huwag ka muna magpasalamat. May mga susunod pa yan. Andiyan yung mga kaibigan natin mayayaman
Oo nga wala po akong kita kasi nagka-COVID ako
Oo. Ano po, Gina G kami ngayon. Gina G.
Budol.
Gina G.
Pero I think aside from that, Macber, na yung kumbaga na-experience ko magkaroon ng COVID-19. Yung pinakamatindi dito yung yung tipong yung naiilang ka. Ako naiilang kasi ako na tipong hindi ako naiilang sa tao. Kasi baga naiilang ako na kailan ko ba siya mawawala sa akin? Hanggang kailan ba? Yung mga ganun na may isip mo kasi may mga reports na lumalabas na may mga individual na wala na silang symptoms pero yung virus nagstay na system nila. Hindi na nawala.
Hindi mas maganda yun. Hindi ka na
carrier na sila. Yung ibig mo sabihin, hindi ka na makakapagtrabaho.
Bakit?
Yes, kasi carrier ka na ng virus. Hindi na mawala sa system mo. Every time na nagpapacheck ka, nandun na yung laging positive ka.
Hindi, at least immune ka na.
Wala pa. Egwak TV, wala marites dito.
Immune ka na. Boy ka na, no? Swerte ka na, no?
Pero carrier ka, tol. Yung ba yung gusto mo, carrier ka ng virus?
Hindi naman, pero ano gagawin mo? Paano mo aalisin yun? Yung
yun nga yung
idol,
mga...
dadasalan ka, lalawayan ka nun. Byron. Ito na Byron. Padalan mo lang ako sa Cebuana.
Western Union.
Western Union at gagaling ka na. Diba? Ganun lang gagawin yun Ay, naku, talagang buhay natin.
Pero ikaw, Macber, yung nainom ka ng gamot?
Hindi ako nagiinom. Lahat ng sakit ko, DJ, alaksan lang ang katapat.
Hindi, sabi mo, yung ubo mo, masama yung ubo mo. Ay ka, edi...
Wala lang akong gamot. Hindi na ako nagagamot.
So ikaw na bahala, Igwak.
Ay, naku. Grabe na nangyari sa mundo, no?
Wala, hindi na ito mawawala. It's going to be just part of our life. Like everyday life. Diba?
Alam mo, dalawa yung tumatakbo sa ulo ko
Ano?
Yung isa tumatakbo sa ulo ko, tanggapin ko na lahat tayo magka-COVID. Then patibayan na lang.
Pati na matibay.
Pangalawa, kumbaga para bang yung totoo ba to o dati na sakit to na ngayon lang na-discover alam niyo?
Hindi, totoo to, syempre. Kumbaga, ako nga nung una medyo alam mo medyo naalangan ka. Alanganin ka ng konti kasi hindi mo alam kung totoo ba o hindi. Pero nung tinamaan kami, nag-positive kami, totoo nga. Diba? Totoo talaga. Kasi may mga tao hindi naniniwala Hanggang ngayon, may mga tao talagang hindi naniniwala.
Ako minomonitor ko yung panlasa ko. Yung plema ko, tinetesting ko sa plema ko. Lagi ko nilulunod.
Lagi ako.
May lasa pa rin. Ganun pa rin eh. Try mo, DJ.
Ano?
Lunokit yung plema mo 3 beses.
Wala naman ako plema. Wala pa akong plema. Pero nagka-plema ako. Pero kung sabaga, yung pagka pag ikaw nag-positive ka, mag-isa ka sa buhay.
Wala na.
Diba?
Ano gagawin ko? Bigti na.
Hindi mo naman kailangan magbigti. Kung sabaga, yun yung sinasabi ko na yung kailangan natin magkaroon kasi ng tama si Base TV, limited ang galawan, bad trip. Totoo, ganun din ako eh. Limited eh. Limited din ako, hindi ako masyadong wala. Kung sabaga yung
tsaka lahat tayo alam
yung mobility mo parang kang lumpo. Dito ka lang sa bahay, paikot-ikot. Hindi ka pwede magpunta lang kain doon. Sabi ko nga sa inyo, nagki-crave ako ng burger. Sabi ng wife ko, magpaano na lang tayo, Uber Eats ba yun? O Grab? O whatever you call that. Ako, ayoko ng ganun kasi baka mamaya, yung magde-deliver, kasi nga medyo napaparanoid ka ng konti, baka mamaya positive, di ba? Ayoko ng ganun eh.
Ang gawin mo, bumili ka tapos i-post mo, sabi mo positive ako tapos namili ko sa labas.
Sira ulo, di makukulong pa ako niyan. Alam mo, dito pwede ka makulong.
Sa lahat naman eh.
Pagka nag-spread ka dito, di ba?
Pero alam mo, yung kawawa si
Poblacion girl?
Oo.
Kapala mukha nun?
Alam mo, DJ, nakakagalit naman talaga yung ginawa niya.
Grabe yun.
Pero hindi natin maalis sa sarili natin. Yung maganda siya. Di ba?
Langya ka. Hindi ko alam itsura pero maling-mali yun kasi isipin mo nag-spread ka ng coronavirus dahil pambila sa party. Tapos nakahawa ka ng mga tao. Paano kung may mga namatay doon sa nahawa mo? Di ba? Yun yung sinasabi ko na yung magiging damage nito eh. Iniingatan natin eh. Kasi ako I can be careless eh na punta ako Mac Jollibee, punta ako ng McDo dito, bili ako ng pagkain. I can be careless talaga na hayaan mo na, okay lang yan. Pero yung after effect nito na mayroon kang madisgrasya, may mamatay, man, dala-dala mo sa konsensya mo yun. Di ba? Dala-dala mo yun. Yun ang pinakamatindi dito.
Oo nga, hindi nga, nando na nga tayo eh. Pero ano ang gagawin natin? Aantayin na lang natin na tamaan tayo? Ganun din naman, di ba?
Yun nga eh, pag tinamaan ka nga nito, Macber, sinasabi ko sa'yo. For example, ikaw, wag naman sana, no? Pero kasi tingin mo, mas mapakiramdam mo. Diba?
O, hindi. Halimbawa, sige, ito na lang, DJ. Halimbawa, tinamaan ako. Diba? So, ngayon tinamaan ako, alam ko na yung pakiramdam na may COVID. Diba? Ngayon, ang tanong, yung mga tao na hindi tinatamaan, di ma-OP sila, hindi nila alam yung feelings, di ba?
Auto place.
Di ba?
So parang, sige na nga.
Tanungin kita, DJ. Sige, ito, tatanungin kita.
Sige.
Pagpalagay natin na wala kang COVID, okay? Kaya mo bang siguraduhin na hindi ka magkaka-COVID?
Hindi, walang assurance.
Di ba?
Walang assurance. Oo,
pinapahaba lang natin eh. Ako, ngayon, iniisip ko na salubungin eh. Utang inang yan eh, di ba? Mahaba eh.
Hindi totoo. Walang assurance talaga na hindi ka magka-COVID. Kasi kami, kahit anong ingat namin eh. Isipin mo, kahit anong ingat hindi mo pa rin masasabi kasi nga invincible yung kaaway eh. Invincible eh. Hindi mo alam kung kailan ka tatamaan eh. Pero yun nga, sinasabi ko na you have to, like in 2022, you have to invest in your health. So, isa talaga yon. Kasi kung hindi ka mag-i-invest sa health mo, tapos tamaan ka na itong COVID, baka magsisi ka. Nasa huli yung pagsisisi. Uy, shoutout, ma'am, Rachel, Miss Rachel, shoutout sa'yo. You need to had COVID twice and never got it. Tignan mo si ma'am. Si Miss Rachel, asawa ni Cham, nandito.
Ito pa pinakamasakit, pare. Isipin mo na lang.
That's good for you, Miss Rachel. Nice, that's good to hear.
Ang
Sige.
dami na nagbago sa buhay natin dahil sa
Kuya Spencer, good morning. Happy birthday sir.
Oy, happy birthday kay Spencer. Happy birthday.
Yeah.
Mama chup-chup. Di ba ang dami na nagbago sa atin?
Oo.
Unang-unang nagbago sa atin. Wala na tayong tiwala sa kasama natin. Kahit nga sa bahay, wala ka ng tiwala, di ba?
Tama ka dyan. Actually, etong nangyari ngayon, magkakaroon ng stigma sa family na pagka nakita-kita siguro, magkakaroon na medyo ilangan ng konti. Tsaka kadyawan. Kasi alam namin kung sino yung nagdala ng virus nung Christmas Eve Kasi alam mo, hindi sila nagpunta nung New Year's Eve sa Zoom party namin na hinost. Hindi sila nagpunta. So guilty. Alam nila na sila yung dahilan. Pero sa bagay, hindi naman namin pinipinpoint pero bukas yung asawa nung yung ang tawag dito, yung mga kapatid ng asawa ng father-in-law ko, mapangkantsaw. So kinakantsawan doon. Pero yun nga, pagka nagkita-kita ulit, hindi na mawawala sa isip ng tao na ikaw yung nagdala nito. Ikaw yung may dala nitong virus na to. So magkakaroon na ng ilangan at hindi ka na masyado magtitiwala. Ito yung ginagawang stigma nitong nung coronavirus.
Wala nang tiwalaan.
Oo.
Tapos ito pa pinakamasakit, CJ. Kung dati, alam mo yun, pag may kausap ng tao na, alam mo yun, dati komportable kayo. Yung puto, parang diring-diring siya sa sisi, no? May hindi kayo mag-shake hands Isang nasasaktan yung pakaramdam na
sabi ni Madam Kilay Kalokwa, the only way to catch and stop COVID is a constant testing. Miss Rachel, ako 2 beses ako nag-test. Yung first test ko negative, 26 ng December. Nagpa-test ulit ako ng 28 of December. 38 nakuha kay resulta negative ako. 2 negative. PCR test and antigen. Yung pangatlong test ko, which is ika-9th day when we got exposed sa COVID, this January 2, doon ako nag-positive. Doon talaga, sabi ko, 9th day doon ako nag-positive. Pero there's a possibility na nahawa na ako sa wife ko kasi yung wife ko nag-positive siya ng pangalawang test Nag-positive siya. Pero yung sakit namin, nagkasakit kami, pagitan lang ng 1 araw. Nauna lang siya ng konti, tapos sumunod naman ako.
Hindi ko ang solusyon nito, DJ, putang ina, salubungin na natin. No?
Hindi na nga mawawala. Hindi na to mawawala. Like what I said, no?
Tatagalin din natin Diba?
Nag-mutate yung virus Pagka nag-mutate yung virus, sa tingin mo may hinto yan? Hindi, of course. Tama, may bago na naman variant sa France, 'di ba? Na-discover neto lang. It will continue to mutate. Pero it's up to us nga paano natin to i-handle. You have to live a healthy lifestyle. Mentally and physically.
DJ, hindi ko yun yung iniisip ng mga taga-Amerika. Alam mo kung bakit? Di ba yung mga taga-Amerika parang baliwala sa kanila yung COVID, di ba? Walang face mask, matatatang sila. Siguro tingin ko, ayaw lang nila sabihin, gusto lang nila salubungin na lang yung lintik na yan Ganon din naman Wala ka rin naman magagawa. Hindi ka rin naman makakaiwas habang buhay dyan.
Hindi ka makakaiwas.
So kung hindi na sila magpa-face mask, at least masasanay na sila. Ngayon, kung talagang malas ka, ikamatay mo yan, wala na, finish ka na, di ba? Pero kung nag-survive ka, ay ibang usapan yun. Ba't ka ba mag-face mask, di ba?
Hindi, pero kasi yung Eritrea, shoutout sa'yo, sabi ni Madam Kilay Kalokwa, it will not show positive until your viral load is high enough. Oh, ganun ba yun? Kaya pala siguro sa akin, ika-9th day pa bago nag-positive. Tung January 2. Sabi ni Kuya Mel, lang yan, naubos ko na mapapanood mga movies sa Netflix and Fire Stick. Kuya Mel, manood ka na mga Korean. Marami Korean. Random one, shoutout sa'yo
Sa akin, okay na nasa lubungin. Huwag na siguro yung matatanda. Diba kasi syempre may nanay ako. Diba? May mga nanay tayo.
Mama mo, okay man. Okay naman yung mama mo.
Oo, okay naman Asa probinsya yun Sarap ng hangin dun
Sabagay.
Wala nakakalakit dun.
Tsaka ito, isipin mo, nagkaroon kami ng COVID ha. So itong bahay namin, isa-sanitize namin. Yun yung mga abala eh. Yun yung mga abalang bibigay nitong COVID eh, pag nagka-COVID ka eh.
Hindi, bili ka lang ng defogging. Yung ano yung machine. Mura lang yun.
Alin?
Yung defogging.
Defogging?
Oo, parang na siyang barrel na malaki lang sa, alam niyo, spray paint.
Oo.
Na yung ginagamit talaga sa ano, sa tawag dito, sa professional yung pagkotse, yung aluminum, di ba?
Yeah.
Parang ganun siya, pero plastic.
Yeah. Ay, nandito si Miss Rachel Macbear. Asawa ni Champ.
Si Donaire?
Oo, ayun, no, nandito. Nag-join
Ano
ngayon.
po
Kaso nakamute ka, Miss Rachel, you're on mute. Let me ask you. There you go. Hi,
Hi.
Miss Rachel. How are you?
Hi. Yeah, I was trying to, So, hindi ko alam if you know, pero most of the things that I do outside of boxing have to do with yung government ecosystems. So, depending on so yung PCR testing are the ones that actually find whether it's dead or alive virus, yung genetic makeup of yung virus. Okay, so yung problema with yung PCR testing is even if you, let's say right now, you tested positive, 2 months, if let's pretend you're not active. If in they tell you not to test PCR again for at least another 2 to 3 months, if you've already tested positive, yung yung makeup ng virus is what it's going to look for. It's not going to look for if it's dead or alive. Just yung makeup lang. So, in that case, yung PCR testing, that's how the PCR testing is done. Unfortunately, yung PCR testing has to be sent to a lab. And so within the 24 to 48 hours that it takes for you to get back your PCR test, you could be exposing people because you're not thinking that you have it. Now, the problem with yung PCR, like you were saying, yung exposure mo was on a certain
24.
date. 24. Okay, then you tested 26, 28. Diba?
Yeah, yung 26 antigen, negative. Yung PCR ko, 28. I got the result on the 30th. It was negative. Then I did another antigen test on the 2nd before I go back to the office on the Monday. Nag-positive ako dun.
Yeah, so 24 to 28, that's only 4 days. Yung highest viral loads are between 4 to 7 days after first exposure.
Oh.
So for example, even with Nonito got exposed on a Friday or Saturday, we don't know which day. Tuesday he tested negative. The next Thursday he tested positive, which is 6 days from his first exposure.
Yeah.
So meaning to say, like, of course, diba, like it's people don't understand like the science behind it. Parang like they see someone on Saturday, they find out Sunday that they were positive when they saw them, so they test on Sunday or even Monday, diba?
Yeah.
When they could get a doctor's appointment. But yung virus is not going to show up just then. It doesn't multiply that quickly.
Yeah.
So for it to be showing up on any positive, on any test, antigen or PCR, it needs to have a viral load high enough. For example, just like a pregnancy test, you might test too early for pregnancy test. Yung hormones that they're looking for is not enough within the system for it to be able to be detectable sa test. It's the same as yung virus loads.
Oh. I see. Kaya siguro sa akin, kahit sa PCR, nag-negative ako kasi it's not, hindi pa.
Special, okay lang po ba magtanong? Hindi ko minatanong na ako
Sige, go ahead.
Okay lang po ba?
Okay po. Eh, parang yung choppy eh.
Si Macbear yan, si Macbear.
Kilala po yung baby niyo po ni Idol Donaire.
Yung YouTube?
Hindi po yung baby niyo, kumbaga yung may mga kids na ba kayo?
Opo, dalawa.
Naku, baka gusto niyo pa po mag-ampon. Pangatlo po.
No.
Nagpapaampon po ako. Hirap na ako rito eh. Siguro maging tatay si Idol, ano? Joke lang.
Magiging punching bag ka, Macbear. So si Champ, how many days sa kanya yung kanyang quarantine, Miss Rachel?
We quarantined for the full, I believe 7 days. Pero yung sino nito, we figured out yung formulation, and of course this is not medical advice, no?
Yeah.
Formulation to get it out of his system within 3. So within 3
Oh.
days, he was able to test negative
Yeah.
on day 3, day 4, day 5, day 6. Puros negative yung results niya. That's why sa laban ni Nonito at si Emmanuel Rodriguez last December, we
Uh-huh.
kept fighting to fight yung test kasi alam ko that when we took the test Friday, it was two or three Fridays before yung laban.
Uh-huh.
By Tuesday is when we got yung results. Pero alam
Oh.
ko by Tuesday, when they said, oh, his results are positive, I said secondary test, confirm it. And they wouldn't. But so we spent money on Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday to prove that wala siyang COVID now. So whatever you guys say, there is no secondary test that says that he's positive.
Uh-huh.
But we were able to clear it within 3 days. This one took 3 days too. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Sunday was when he tested negative.
Oh. I
So
see.
3 days, palagi. Nonito pushes it out within 3 days. He gets a negative test.
Do you guys quarantine? Like, natutulog siya sa separate room?
So for me, what I did is I sent the kids over to my mom's because they were already over there naman. Kasi yung fight, diba? So during this camp, I think the boys were there kasi I forget, but my kids were there for some reason. I think I had training early, so they were sleeping there na. And then si Nonito, parang he felt like he just had yung allergies. So they were sleeping at my mom's, pero I had COVID test, so I tested him, and then I tested myself, and he tested positive, and I was like, oh my god. And so anyway, long story short, both times hindi. I stayed in the same room because even when he tested positive the last time, he tested positive on a Friday, but we didn't get those results till Tuesday. So Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, we're sleeping together, we're intimate, of course, and all this other thing. Voila, I never got it. And so this time when it happened again, we just pretty much did the same thing. We're like, well, you tested positive, but we've been together this entire time, sleeping in the same bed, same. Voila. So this same time, every single test of mine has been negative.
Wow. That's amazing.
Yeah.
Anong symptoms si Champ? Allergies lang? Walang iba? Hindi siya nagkasalagnat, usipon, or...
Wala. Just this time it was like parang allergies. We were trying to figure out kasi we were training Tuesday. We trained outdoors sa park, but it was windy. So he always has bad allergies. So we were thinking, I was like, oh, it's because it was windy when we went to the park. We need to go to a gym. And then he was like, I don't know. So then Wednesday, somebody told me that someone at the gym actually had it, and he tested positive. So of course I was like, okay, well, let me grab some tests from my distributors, and then they sent me the test, and then sure enough, yun. But it was only just yung parang allergy lang. See, the one last year, yun, he couldn't taste or smell fish. Kasi I was driving. We're driving to go to a restaurant, and he had yung salmon jerky. Yeah. So I was driving, and from the side of my eye, I can see him smelling yung jerky fish. Pero where I'm sitting, I can smell it na. So alam ko there was something wrong na. So then yung hand sanitizer was very like yung tamis, yung sweet smelling. Yes. So he opened that, tried to smell it. He goes, does this smell like anything? I was like, ay nako, wala na, you have COVID. Sure. Yeah, and then he got COVID. And sinabi ni yung professionals that tested him that time, sinabi nila, they're like, there's no way you would get a negative COVID test within 3 days. And parang Nonito took it as a challenge, and he was like, watch me, I'll get a negative COVID test. And sure enough, he did.
Anong ginawa ni Champ? Like,
He's super hydrated talaga. Super, as in super hydrated. He took 25,000 milligrams of vitamin C.
25,000?
Yeah,
Not 2,500?
25,000.
That's a lot.
Yep. Lots and lots and lots of vitamin C for just one day. And then I think 48 hours after that, he did it again. And then he didn't stop moving. So parang for him, sinabi niya that when he lied down, he felt worse.
Tama yun. Yeah, that's true.
So what he did is we have a treadmill in the house. So he went and was walking on the treadmill, light. And then we have yung infrared sauna dito sa bahay din. So he'd go and move around, get his circulation going, and then he would sit in yung infrared sauna to sweat out yung virus. And then yung lastly, he also 3 times a day yung nasal irrigation. Hindi yung neti pot, yung the one that actually pulsates. You know, I think it's by Neil Med. Parang and he cleaned out yung sinuses 3 times a day.
Yung pina-flush niya? Yeah.
So then, kasi yung viral load is really, it's building behind yung nasal cavity mo. And if you have yung sipon, it just multiplies and multiplies and multiplies. So parang yung thought process was, kung yung virus multiplies kasi it's a desirable environment, I'm going to make it undesirable. I'm going to heat up yung body ko. I'm going to increase circulation and then flush out yung toxins as much as I can. So within 3 days, wala na.
Wow. Galing, no?
Miss Rachel.
Po.
Pwede mo ba nasamantalay ko na yung pagkakataon? Pwede mo ba, DJ? Pwede mo ba humingi na birthday greeting kay Idol?
Opo, pwede. Pero I think he went to go grab the kids from school. So he's not here.
Basta pa naman po eh. Gusto ko lang i-save na pero sa June ko pa ilalabas. June pa yung birthday ko pero mas maganda na yung advance. Bakit hindi ka na kayo makausap eh?
6 months in advance.
DJ, bahala ka na doon, DJ, ha?
Talaga ko si Jam pagka Andiyan naman si Mr.
Sa June ko pa ilalabas pero at least awa ko na, di ba?
Sige.
Minsan lang yun, pagkakataon na to eh. Pag pinalampas ko pa, nako, baka...
Did Miss Rachel, si Chamba nag-take ng any aside from the vitamin C? Any supplements?
Vitamin C, zinc. I want to say he took magnesium too.
Magnesium, okay. Pero no Tylenol, nothing like.
No, he doesn't like stuff like that. It's so hard for him to even take a Claritin for yung allergies.
Yeah.
So he doesn't like putting yung, kasi I don't know, but he keeps saying like when he takes yung medication, parang yung body niya starts to get used to it, diba? So yung Claritin talaga, he tries to stay away from yung Claritin.
Oh, I see. Man, that's very inspiring. That's very good. 3 days lang, no? So 2 beses siya nagkaroon ng COVID, 3 days niya lang both situation na natanggal niya within 3 days.
Opo.
Wow. That's very good. O yan guys, binigyan tayo ng tip ni Miss Rachel regarding sa kasi ako naman ganun din like what Jam said na pag inihiga mo siya like it will attack you more. So ako talaga ako naglinis pa ako ng kwarto. I was like cleaning the windows, stuff like that. Kasi kung sabaga ayoko siyang ihiga Pero yun lang yung symptoms na very talaga nag-hit sa amin, Miss Rachel, yung I was chilling paggabi. Nag-chill talaga ako for like 2 nights. But after nun, wala na. Yung wife ko naman, hindi siya makatayo dahil para daw siyang binaksakan ng bato. Tapos, she's gonna wake up like in the middle of the night. Magpapamassage ng ulo kasi masakit na masakit yung ulo niya.
See, ako wala. I don't know. I won't go. But see, Nonito, like he just said that whenever he lied down, he felt worse. So, he, and what the funny part is when we were talking to the doctor, of course they're asking me questions then, diba? Pero it's funny Kasi they're like, well, do you have symptoms? Do you have a runny nose? Do you have this? I'm like, no. They're like, do you have a headache? I'm like, yes. And they're like, does your back hurt? I'm like, yes. And I'm like, wait a minute, that always happens. I'm like, I never sleep, and then I'm always working out, diba? So of course
That's true. That's
and then I
normal.
was like, well, what symptoms am I supposed to be looking for? And she goes, well, you should be looking for all these symptoms. And then at the end of your conversation, yeah, she goes, but also you could not have them. I'm like,
What?
okay, so, well, kasi merong asymptomatic carriers.
Yes, ganun yung nangyari doon sa carrier ng nung virus nung Christmas Eve sa amin, Miss Rachel. Yung nagdala ng virus asymptomatic.
Yeah, so how do you even like when you're doing yung symptom paperwork or they're asking you these questions, bali wala yung questions kasi it doesn't really matter, diba?
Yeah, tama. Yung nagdala sa amin ng virus, wala, asymptomatic. So out of 47 na nandun, for 50, 47 got the virus. Meron mga isang family, 10 out of 10 sila, 10 sila sa bahay, 10 sila nagkaroon ng corona.
Well, and the thing is that, you know, I think what happens is yung vaccine, merong tao that feel like, okay, kasi I'm vaccinated, I'm safe, or I believe that gives a false belief, you know, parang you feel like you have a shield. I'm sorry, no, pero I know at least 20 people that have been vaccinated, fully vaccinated, they still got it. That's why there's, you know, yung talks about yung booster shots and things like that. Na naman, you know, UK is on their 4th booster shot. Yung vaccines only came out January of 2021. That's 12 months. That means every 4 months or every 3 months they receive the new vaccine. So, I mean, it's giving people false sense of security. That just because you're vaccinated, you can't get it. That's incorrect.
Yeah. Ako vaccinated. I got it.
Oh, see?
I don't have a booster yet, pero still, I got it. Si Kuya Mel, nandiyan sa baba, meron siyang booster, pero he got the virus.
Yeah, so there's people that, you know, for example, merong event yung laban ni Nonito, yung event, either you had to have yung COVID test, COVID test within 72 hours PCR, or a vaccination record.
Yes.
But what it should be is just yung testing talaga, kasi yung vaccinated record, they could still carry right now and pass it to someone. Just because they're vaccinated doesn't mean that they can't get it.
Yes,
and pass it.
True.
So it's yung story that people are either ill-informed, or they just, you know, believe the story that, okay, I'm vaccinated, I'll never get it. That's what's creating this false sense of security for yung large events, yung meetings, or yung gathering, because they're like, well, I'm vaccinated, I should be okay. Hindi, no, not actually.
Yeah, it doesn't work that way.
No. That's why I said yung first comment ko sa comment section mo was, talaga, it's testing. It really is.
That's true. Yeah, that's true.
Because it's black or white. It doesn't matter if you're vaccinated. Because then what are we going to do? Like they already said, yung first vaccination round is waning off already. The first people who got it in January, and then yung booster shots, March, that's already gone.
Yeah, that's true.
But then they're not saying, okay, this is your vax card, but you have to have been vaccinated within the last 2 months. They're not checking that. So these agencies or the people that are creating the laws are not exactly making the correct steps on how to identify the problem as it stands currently. That's why Omicron went so big, because you vaccinated all these people, but when did they get vaxxed? January of last year. It's a year ago now.
Yeah, that's true.
That's why yung flu season, yung flu vaccines are yearly, diba? It's always a new updated one.
Shout out that one.
Yeah, so they don't really have a good handle on that yet.
That's true. I think like what I said earlier, Miss Rachel, no, magiging parte na to. I mean, the coronavirus will not, I think hindi na to mawawala eh. For me, that's my how I see it, no. It's parang H1N1. H1N1 is just there. It's just right there. May vaccine lang, another flu. I think ganito din mangyari sa coronavirus. Just it's up to us. How we gonna take care of ourselves? How we gonna prepare ourselves? 'Di ba? Kasi we cannot fully rely talaga sa vaccination. There's a lot of things that we have to really invest sa health natin. And there's no assurance, but again, there's a higher chance for you to survive. Yun eh. Yun yung gagawin eh. Pag if you really gonna take care of yourself, a lot of a higher chance for you to survive. 'Di ba? Ano yun, Macber?
Walang makakatakas dito. Kahit anong gawin natin, kahit magtatambling pa tayo. Wala po. Aantayin na lang natin tamaan tayo niyan. Then pag nabuhay ka, swerte.
Yeah.
Pag minalas ka, alam na.
Kung sana kumukha ka ni Miss Rachel tsaka ni Champ, si Champ, we beat it twice. I mean, 2 beses siya nagka-COVID, 3 days lang sa system na, wala na. Miss Rachel didn't even get the virus kahit na magkatabi sila ni Champ matulog, di ba? So, pero I think yung kanilang lifestyle about being very, very healthy, and of course, yung nasa active sila, sports and the boxing itself, it pays off, di ba? It pays off talaga big time. Kasi makikita mo naman healthy lifestyle, healthy living, tinan mo yung nangyayari. Kumbaga, kung ano yung tinawin mo, yun ang aanihin mo, di ba? So, ganun yung nangyayari ngayon kila Miss Rachel tsaka Champ na kung ano yung kanilang in-invest sa health nila, di ba? Inaanin nila ngayon, even though inakasagsagan ng pandemic, at you can see that.
Well, so after every day after I drop off yung kids to school, then I go straight to yung there's a gym here called Hot Works, and it's literally either a 40-minute Pilates class or 12.5-minute cycle class. Pero yung classes are sa loob ng infrared sauna. So the infrared sauna is different from a dry sauna. Yung old school saunas. Yung infrared sauna actually heats from within. So supposedly the science behind yung infrared sauna is that it helps with with ailments, with any sore muscles or anything like that, and then also helps with your immune system, fighting all that stuff. So during this whole time, because they're like one person saunas pretty much, I would always go there daily. Like right after I dropped off the kids from school.
Yeah.
Sino Nito, he goes there when he feels sore. He doesn't do it every day kasi yung career niya is boxing. It's not going to the infrared sauna. So he has to save his energy for yung boxing. Pero there's days where yung body niya is sore. He'll go to the infrared sauna and he'll stretch out, and then it'll help flush the toxins and flush yung lactic acid. And then he'll be fine the next day. But there's a lot of people that don't invest that kind of time, and they're just well, I don't have time to, for example, I don't have time to be healthy. I don't have time to go to gym for an hour, 2 hours. But then they're the same people that sit on the couch and just watch Netflix all day and then complain that they're never going to achieve their goals, right? It's all about yung priorities. So that's why palagi after I drop off yung boys, I go straight there. Kasi alam ko, if my day starts to go, and I don't get it done in the morning, wala na. Kasi, yung laundry, yung kids, yung homework, yung bahay, lahat, it gets away from me. And then even I start making excuses like, I got to go to gym, but I have to do the laundry, all these things.
Yeah.
So it's really the importance you put on yourself and yung health.
Totoo, Miss Rachel. I agree with you.
And that's the thing, this virus, like what they said, like one of the biggest things for the virus is yung pre-existing health conditions at yung obesity is huge. It ravaged.
Narinig mo yung Macber, ha?
EJ, alam mo bang kakatapos ko lang kanina nag-treadmill ako, 6 hours.
6 hours ka nag-treadmill.
Nagbago na ako eh. Lahat po na naninigarilyo, tumigil na po kayo. Peste lang po sa buhay ng sigarilyo na yan. Itigil nyo lang, wala kayong mapapala dyan ako.
Kaya Miss Rachel, pag inampon niyo si Macber, hindi na kayo bibili ng punching bag.
Kung ako po aampunin nyo, napakaswerte nyo po. Sandali, DJ, may tawag ako sa dila.
Sige. Yeah. That's true, no, Miss Rachel, no, talaga na I think hopefully this 20 I mean hopefully we learn a lot. I learned a lot from 2020 to 2021 eh. You know na I mean I think that's the smartest thing that we need to do really to invest sa health natin instead of investing kung saan mga bagay, no? Like kung may kasi tayo rin naman magbe-benefit nito in the long run, especially right now, it's pandemic.
Well, I mean, I think let's be honest. I think one of the first things we need to do is you need to really look in the mirror, diba? Because when when we grow up and have responsibilities, of course, again, life runs away from you, right? You have kids, you have this, you have that, everything, traffic, everything you have to deal with. When we all got locked in quarantine, lahat, the entire world got locked down. We had the time that we didn't have before. What did we
That's
do
true.
with that time?
Yeah.
I can tell you during that time, Nito and I, of course, in the first 2 weeks, we were panicking because yung boys were homeschooled. I'm not a homeschooling teacher. Pero I spent 3 days whiteboarding and drawing out the schedule, drawing out things that make things easier for my kids, yung logins nila sa Zoom, lahat.
Yeah.
And then we were able to do that. Once we did that and we figured out their schedule, we started figuring out our training schedule. Like, okay, well, we have nothing else to do. Let's train. So we trained here, yung treadmill, yung punching bag, lahat, and we'd schedule it in. Pero if you look at the rest and they, what did they do? They instead took that time to either overeat or overdrink.
Yeah.
Didn't actually, there's so many people, there's the people who took that time, that valuable time. All of us gets 24 hours in a day. Those times during your quarantine, we had nothing but time.
Yeah,
we
that's
didn't have to travel to work anymore. You didn't have to travel to the gym. You didn't have to pick up your kids from school. You had all the time in the world, but there were still merong excuses bakit hindi.
Yeah.
Diba? And when people look in themselves in the mirror and says, well, I don't have time, you had all of 2020 and part of 21 to have that time and you didn't change it. So really yung problema is the person looking in the mirror.
That's true. I agree.
Because I even was teaching classes on Zoom with yung girlfriends ko because they were so like, well, let's all get in shape. Okay, that lasted probably 3 weeks lang. During quarantine because during yung 3 weeks, we would do Zoom. It was every day, pero after the second week, parang they would show up to Zoom, lasing na. It's only 2 p.m. Lasing na. And I'm like, what are you guys doing? Yeah. And they're like, I'm going to throw up. I'm like, you have a glass of rosé as your water. And they're like, it's 2:00. It's time to drink. I'm like, oh my God. So then, I mean, for the best of them, they did it for 2 weeks, but it was up to them to still do it until the point where I was like, you guys aren't taking this seriously. I'm not going to keep doing this. I'm just going to go train by myself. And then you have yung other people that during this time, they decided to increase their educational credits. They did online studies. They learned a new craft. And when I think there was merong bata, I can't remember which, I think he was in California, that he did online classes and he graduated this year with an associate's degree at yung high school diploma.
Wow.
Because he had nothing but time. His parents didn't force him to do it, but I mean, what else are you going to do? You're not going to go to after school sports. Voila. There's no recess.
No activities. Yeah.
So why not learn something? Why didn't we? What excuse did we give ourselves? And when are you going to change that excuse? Because you were given the time that you asked for. And these same people, like we were talking about obesity, when they they eat and have high high cholesterol, high blood pressure because the foods that they're eating are bad. And what they say is the reason why I'm eating bad food is because I don't have time to make a home cooked meal. Okay, well, it's the quarantine. Guess what? That's all you had was time.
That's true. Yeah.
DJ, tatanong kay Miss Rachel, pero i-google ko muna, ha?
Sige.
Google ko lang para ano. Gusto ko fluent ako mamaya eh. Sandali lang, Miss Rachel!
Po.
Hello po sa inyo ni Idol. Huwag niyo po kalungkot ang birthday ko.
Okay po.
Okay, thank you, DJ, ha?
Sige, Macber.
Babalik ako.
Sige. That's true. I mean, there's plenty of time actually. That's what happened nga eh. For the past at least sabihin na natin, Miss Rachel, half of 2020, then the whole year of 2021. You know, sabi mo na, let's like give or take, we have a year, 12 months. Kasi hindi naman buong 2021 eh. Kasi some of us went back to work, diba? Pero you have plenty of time really to adjust and to really invest and to not make excuses. You know, I mean, 2022, eto na. Another year. I mean, what are you gonna do, diba? Anong gagawin mo? What changes are you gonna make? Diba? Are you gonna be more putting time for your health? Diba? Kasi all of this naman eh, at the end, ikaw naman mag-benefit no matter what happened. Diba?
But even sa 2022 New Year's, diba? I landed on a Saturday, Friday, New Year's Eve, Saturday, New Year's Day. Maraming tao that was like, okay, well, I'm going to start my New Year's resolution on New Year's Day. Now it's 2022. Time to change now. You know what happened? They all waited until Monday. They said, you know what? I'll just start Monday instead of Saturday. So parang like they're already starting the new year, already procrastinating, already looking for yung excuse.
Yeah.
Hindi right now.
Uh-huh.
And those are the things that when they start to look for excuses and looking for someone to blame, talaga, it's only themselves because they did not take the responsibility and action too. And I know it's hard, difficult yung change, no?
Mm-hmm.
But you won't start until you at least take a baby step towards that direction.
That's true. Tsaka yung commitment. Miss Rachel, no? Commitment itself. I mean, we can always say na we're gonna do this, we're gonna do that, but how committed, diba, tayo to change that or to really pursue that? Kasi if we're not committed enough and we don't see ourselves really committing on that on that particular goal na gusto natin ma-achieve, diba? No matter what you say, you're not gonna do it.
Yeah.
Kahit ano pang sabihin mo is just going to be a waste of time kasi you're not gonna do it. Kasi yung commitment that's very, very hard. Sabi nga nila, it takes courage to act. Diba? So if we want to change our lifestyle, we want to change for better for our health, diba? You have to act now instead of just promising to yourself that you will do it even though you're not gonna do it. Even though na sinasabi mo it's hard. I mean, nothing in this world is easy. Diba? Changing your lifestyle, it's hard. Diba? Kasi you're not gonna be hindi ka na magiging you're not gonna be used to the same person anymore. It's going to be a different person that you're creating. Diba?
Yep.
Pero if you're not gonna commit and you're not gonna do it, it's just gonna say it. I mean, just fooling yourself. Niloloko mo lang yung sarili mo and then just trying to convince yourself that, your words are very, very powerful even though it's not. Kasi action is more powerful than words, what you say.
Yes.
Diba? It has to manifest. Kasi kung
no, but also if you keep saying it's hard, of course, it's going to be even harder because you're fighting yourself. You're fighting yourself not just physically, but also mentally. You're not even supporting yourself anymore.
Yeah.
So who really is cheering for you if you're not cheering for yourself?
That's true. And that's why like I said earlier, this COVID-19 also, kahit sa maging, for example, like me, I got positive, di ba? Naging positive ako. Mentally, di ba, a lot of people get affected on this kasi mentally, sila mismo, they're trying to put down themselves, they try to worry more about it, di ba? Although I understand kasi this is like really different kasi it's a really different kind of virus, but of course, you don't have to pull down yourself more dun sa situation pag nagka-COVID ka. Diba? You have to
Yeah.
fight for it. You have to be very, very optimistic. You will overcome it. Otherwise, if not, kakainin ka ng fear, and then your fear will become your weakness, and then it will become literally your ultimate failure in this. Kaya marami nga nagkakaroon ng ng mental issue because of what happened.
Yeah.
Diba?
Yep. Yep.
Because
But
of
if you
this.
say you're gonna like, parang like, who goes into a fight saying that they're gonna already lose?
That's true.
Diba?
Yeah, that's
That's
true.
like parang sino ni that when yung doctor said there's no way. Alam mo, like when the same tech was the Sunday he tested positive, yung same tech was the one who took it from him on Wednesday,
Yeah.
and sinabi niya there's no way. And he said when he was the same one who read the test, parang he said if it wasn't me who administered both tests, I wouldn't have never believed that you would have beaten it in 3 days.
Yeah. Yeah, that's true. I mean, kasi ano naman yan, Miss Rachel, I mean, there's no way for him. But there's always a possibility. Diba?
Yeah, exactly.
Kasi for them, as their profession, as how they see things according to science, according to what they studied, there's no way. But it doesn't mean na because they are tawag dito, they are they know their craft. Ibig sabihin, they know everything and they can predict everything. No, of course not.
No, I think that's yung problema. Kasi like as in I have spoken I during yung quarantine of
Yeah.
2020, I would get into Facebook arguments with yung friends ko. Kasi yung kapatid nila was a doctor
Yes.
from Michigan. And he would say these things and he would say, I'm like, really? I'm like, how do you know about this? How do you know about that? He goes, well, this is what this guy said. I go, so you're basing the science off of what that guy said? And he's like, yeah. I was like, so did you do the study or is there a peer review on this study? And how do we know this considering this is a brand new virus? Like it wasn't tested. Like you're basing it off of how many people got sick. You're saying that there's symptomatic and asymptomatic. You're basically saying that there's a full big blanket of what it could be and could not be. And yet you're telling me that your professional opinion is this, which is based on someone else's professional opinion, not your own research and science backing. And we would get in so many fights and he's like, I love you. I was like, well, you're acting like an idiot. And we're still friends. We're okay. But I would literally call him out. I'm like, listen, you're the expert on this, right? And same thing happened. Yung vaccine, he's like, oh, vaccine, fully vaxxed. Ended up in the hospital with COVID. And I'm like, and then after that, when he got released, he recovered, thankfully. He kind of stopped talking about yung vaccinations on Facebook.
Yeah.
Because that was his whole thing, was vaccines will stop the spread. No, vaccines will not stop the spread. Like yung talaga yung if it's going to be anything, yung vaccines would protect you to a certain extent of having not severe complications. But it doesn't protect you 100% from getting yung virus.
Yep, that's true.
So yung thought ko, when they said that, I'm like, so I could get it either way. They're like, yeah. And I'm like, well, then I'm not going to get the vaccine. And they're like, why? And I'm like, I still haven't gotten it. I was like, you understand, I was probably one of the first ones in Vegas that was exposed to someone who had it. Same thing. I was in Cabo when the US shut down. And I was with a friend of mine. We were staying in the same bed because there was 8 of us girls, so we were double bunking.
Yeah.
Shared the same bed, shared drinks, shared food plates, lahat. We came back and she tested and they're like, you have the antibodies already. And she's like, what? And they're like, you had the virus about a week to 2 weeks ago. That was when we were in Cabo. And so, of course, all of us freaked out. I tested, Nonito tested, all the kids tested, her family tested. Voila, nobody had it. And I was like, that's interesting.
Yeah.
So then the second time with Nonito, it was the same thing. Of course, more intimate with my husband, but still didn't get it, and nobody could explain it to me. I'm like, if you guys keep saying that 100% I'm gonna get it if I'm next to someone with it, please explain these 3 situations, and no one can explain it, which means we just don't know. And I feel like it's better to just say we don't know than saying this is the 100% science on it and you're going to get it 100%. That's what they said about Delta. They were like, Delta, there's no way. First of all, they said the initial COVID-19, the first one in 2020, was super highly contagious, blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay. Then Delta came. Super, super highly contagious. It'll go through your entire family. Okay.
Yeah.
Still didn't get it. Omicron, same thing. Now it's super, super, super contagious. And I'm
Super
like,
contagious. Yeah.
how much more contagious can a super, super, super contagious be? Like, you guys sound silly at this point. You know what I
Yeah.
mean? Like, it'd be almost, I would have respected it more if they said your percentages of getting the COVID-19 first virus at this point would be whatever, 70% rate. Okay, well, that means there's a 30% room for error,
Yes.
right? But saying like 100% you're gonna get it if it comes through your house because it's super, super, super contagious, and then I still don't get it. I'm like, okay, explain the science.
That's true.
And then the weird thing is when you ask a professional this, they tell you because you're lucky. And for me, I'm like, wait, we're basing it on science. We're not basing it on religion. We're not basing it on luck.
Yes.
So explain it to me. And they can't.
Yeah, they can for sure.
So that's kind of my issues with this whole thing altogether. You know, and then it's the same thing with like, oh, of course I love the fact that businesses are open again, but for them to say, well, you have to wear a mask indoors, but then when you eat, you could take it off. It stops, working. Like you can't get the virus while you're eating.
And
So
while you're not eating,
yeah,
that's true, right?
and the tables aren't separated. They're not 6 feet apart.
They're not.
But,
Yeah.
so in Vegas, we can go into yung
Buffet.
no, I don't know if buffets are open. I never eat at buffets, but yung restaurant, we have to go into yung restaurant with yung mask on. Yung tables are right next to each other. They're not spaced anymore. There's no plexiglass between yung tables.
Yes.
So I'm sitting next to pretty much another family.
Uh-huh.
But when I sit down, as soon as I sit down, I could take off my mask. So apparently you're saying that I have to wear the mask to enter and exit because that's the only times I'm going to get it. But when I'm sitting down at my table, there's an imaginary barrier that COVID does not have.
You're not going to get it. It's true.
Diba?
Yeah, that's stupid actually.
It's the dumbest, like there's this science, and then there's these practices that we're doing that are against the science that you just told us because it should be okay while we're eating.
Yeah.
So it's things like this that is just, the general population that doesn't work in the industry, they pick a side. They don't really know why they're picking a side. They pick a side because whether they're out of fear or out of loyalty, depending on yung political view and stance.
That's
and
true.
their own what is it called? Their own personal their own personal beliefs. Because of that, like it hinders where we are as a society with this virus. For example, maraming tao that's like, no, I don't want to go back to work. I'm scared of COVID, blah, blah, blah. I want to work remotely. Okay, you want to remote workly, but you want to send your kids back to school.
That's true.
It's not like it stops with the kids just because they're learning. They don't get COVID throughout the schools. And they're going to bring it home anyway. So you're just making it an excuse for your own personal reasons. Because say you want someone to watch the kids.
Uh-huh.
And then, but you don't want to go to work and travel. So you're going to make that excuse, but then still send your kids to school.
Uh-huh.
Which someone who wants to remote work, let's just say the teachers, would be in the same position you are in.
Yeah.
Ay nako, this is a long conversation.
There is. I mean, I think there's some points that, like what they trying to address or to give the information, it doesn't really make any sense at all, honestly. you know. But
Yeah.
it doesn't really make sense. I mean, from putting your mask, you enter the restaurant, then when you sit down, you can you can take it off. When you're eating, of course, you have to take out of your mask when you're eating, stuff like that. So it's like it's contradicting from what they're trying to really imply to the public.
Yeah. And
But I
then they
think
have those other people that, they'll say, you always see the disclaimer, diba? Yeah,
Mhm,
you have to wear a mask unless you have a health condition that you cannot wear the mask,
like in the
right?
airport.
Yeah, you have
Yeah.
then you have to have a health condition. But
Yeah.
we're not allowed to ask you what your health condition is
Mhm.
because of privacy laws
Privacy,
and
yes.
HIPAA. So I can say I have a health condition just not to wear a mask. Now, does the person not wearing a mask just because he has a health condition cannot spread the virus? Yes, they can.
Of course. Yeah.
So how do we go about that,
Uh-huh.
to make it fair for everybody
Uh-huh.
to wear or not wear the mask,
That's true.
right?
Yeah. That's true.
I have not heard anybody with a health condition not be able to test though. So I feel like that's what I said before. Testing talaga, because that's universal.
Mhm. I
You know,
agree.
they're testing kids, they're testing adults, they're testing elderly, they're testing people with health conditions or not. That's when we're going to know whether or not you have a health condition. If you have COVID, you can't go.
Mhm. Yeah. That's true. Yeah.
So,
That's true. Like us, we did like three tests, one PCR and then two antigen tests for 1 week, you know.
yeah, you should have spaced it out. Well, you first contact should have been 4 to 7 days.
I know the first contact, that's what we
Should
made a
have
mistake.
called me, Byron. I would
I
have
know.
told you.
I know. The first time, we waited 1 day, so we got exposed on the 24th, Christmas Eve, and then we did a test on the 26th. It turned out to be negative, both of us. The second test was the 28th. Mine, mine got back as a negative, then my wife got a positive result on the 31st. Mine on the 30th. That's a PCR test, and then after that, on the second, we did another test. Both of us turned to be positive. Yeah. So we have to wait until I think on the weekend we're gonna have to take the test. So it's just the hassle itself. Your limited mobility, you cannot do anything because like what I said earlier, kasi baka mamaya makahawa ka. I want to eat a burger, I can't. I cannot go out and I don't want to even like order food from Uber Eats or whatever. It's, I don't know, you get that stigma, you get that you get paranoid, like, well, what if, and that's the part that really, you know what this whole pandemic COVID situation does for us, na binibigyan tayo ng make us more paranoid. You cannot trust people anymore. Like we know who's the carrier of the virus, so pretty sure when we gather together, the family itself, we're gonna be like, oh, we're gonna be more careful about this person, and you know, so that's the thing that itong ginagawa ng pandemic, and it's really hard. But again, it's still up to us. I believe in that. Now we still have to really, I think, straighten our mental health, physical health, diba? And again, I think we just have to accept, para sa akin, no, I think we just have to accept the fact that we're gonna have to live with this for a while.
You got COVID?
Hey champ, I did. I got COVID. I turned positive sa nung second ng 2022, the second.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm
Wow.
okay now. I recovered. We're recovering already. But
What was your experience with it?
ako I chill for 2 nights. Nagchi-chill ako, then yung
Wow.
headache, pagka umuubo ko yung headache ko, minsan nandito kalahati lang ng ulo, minsan nasa kabilang side, and then my joints, I cannot really move it, but I have to. Yung wife ko naman, masakit na masakit yung ulo. She will make up in the middle of the night and ask me to massage her head kasi masakit, and then nagchi-chill din siya. Tapos yung joints din niya masakit. Pero just only for 2 days. 2 days lang yun. Yung talagang
Ano
very
ba
severe.
what kind of variant do you think that was?
According to the test, it was the coronavirus, COVID-19.
Oo nga, pero anong variant? Kasi there's different variants, you know?
Yung
You have the
Omicron.
Omicron, you have the Delta, you have all the other ones.
Walang sinabi dito kasi nandito pa yung
Basta
test sa
COVID
akin.
lang siya.
Oo, COVID lang yung nalagay, champ eh. Walang iba eh.
Interesting. Yeah, because I
Yeah,
got the very first COVID in the last year.
SARS-CoV-2.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh. Yeah, I think they're all just called that way, but iba-iba yung mga variant nila eh.
Yeah.
But it's not specified kung ano yung variant, you know.
Totoo. Hindi na nilalagay kung Delta or Omicron.
Yeah, kasi yung first one back in 2020 for me, at the end of 2020, I got it. Ang symptoms ko, wala akong smell.
Oh.
Pero wala naman akong mga chills or headache
Hindi ka
or
nag-chill.
katawa, wala. Yung smell lang ang symptoms ko. And then the second one before my fight, I think that was the Delta, because ang symptoms ko during that time was pretty much like how the Delta was, na para siyang allergies. You know, parang allergies. My smell and taste was there. The only thing I have was parang may allergy ako, but I didn't have any aches or anything like that. I mean, I guess my body is just compliant to the COVID virus, because I have not been I haven't been really sick with it. So iba-iba yung mga response effect ng mga ibang tao.
Yeah, totoo.
But of course, you have to be healthy every single time because it helps.
Yeah,
the first one, I kicked it out of my system in 3 days.
Yeah, yun yung sabi ni Miss Rachel eh.
Yeah, the last one, I kicked it out in 4 days.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. So,
tsaka hindi nahawa si Miss Rachel, no, champ?
Yeah. Lahat na, yung mga kids ko, yung mga kids, even with Rachel na, she's next to me the whole time, and that day na naka-test positive ako, we even kiss, because we kiss in the morning, say good morning. Sometimes we drink the same coffee, same mug.
Yes.
Ganun. And she never got it. So
wow, it's amazing.
Yeah. So she, twice na, tatlong beses na pala, because she went out with her friends in Cabo.
Oh yeah, she told her earlier.
Yes. So tatlong beses na yan na I guess takot yung COVID sa kanya eh.
Baka nasa kanya yung cure dito, champ. Nasa blood niya.
Right?
Yung plasma ng kanyang blood, no, champ, yun ang cure para dito, kasi hindi siya nakakontaminate eh. Hindi siya nahahawa.
Yeah.
Di ba? Pero sa amin, champ, yung Christmas Eve, 50 kami dun eh. All immediate. Yung carrier ng virus, walang symptoms, asymptomatic.
Wow.
Yeah. And then, out of 50, 47 lahat nagkaroon ng COVID.
Holy smokes.
I know. Super spreader nga eh. Super spreader. Wow. Yung tatlong hindi nagkaroon, yung dalawa doon, mag-asawa, tapos yung isa yung hindi yung carrier, yung nagdala. Hindi siya nagkaroon kasi meron na siya, pero wala siyang wala siyang symptoms.
Wow.
Wala siyang symptoms talaga. It was like, we're like taking shots with him.
God. Wow.
Yeah.
Yun nga, no? For me, alam ko na my body is fighting something, but I don't have any other symptoms na parang lethargic or walang energy or sakit sa katawan or sakit sa ulo or may ubo. I don't have any of that. You know, both of my infection. But yun nga, no, yung iba talaga nawala talaga.
Yung wife ko nawala ng panlasa. Actually, wala siyang balasahan na maalat. Pero yung matamis na lalasahan niya.
That's crazy.
Yeah, just the salt.
Yung nga, no, iba-iba talaga yung mga
salt.
symptoms.
Oo, iba-iba talaga. Kaya talagang mapapaano ka eh. Kumbaga, at the same time, mapapawawa ka kasi doon mo lang minsan nalalaman kung ano talaga yung mga iba-ibang effect ng COVID sa tao. Ako, hindi ako nawalan ng panlasa eh. Nawalan ako ng appetite. Until now, I mean, I only eat dinner. I mean, nagkumakain ako 1 beses lang sa isang araw.
Buti nga yun, no? Pag-reduce ng timbang.
Hindi, I lost 7 pounds, champ, in 6 days.
I told you.
I was like happy, actually.
Like, I don't have to go to the gym.
I know. It's like, okay na lang, buto na lang. Alam mo, minsan thankful ka din kasi nawalan ako ng nawalan ako ng 6 pounds. Hindi ko na kailangan itakbo yun.
So, that's crazy, man.
I know.
You know, yun nga talaga, iba-iba yung mga symptoms. Sometimes yung symptoms is very severe for other people.
Totoo, severe.
No, kahit healthy sila, you know. Depende lang talaga sa dugo ng tao. And I guess part of it's mentality because for me I always fight pag may pag may sakit ako or with the virus or whatever, I always try to fight it na yung my routine is I do the nasal rinse.
Yeah. Sinabi nga sa akin.
Para hindi siya mag-multiply.
Para fina-flush mo, no?
Yeah, every time. I do it 3 or 4 times a day. If I feel like it's gonna get clogged or my mucus ako, I just clean it up the whole time. And then of course, yung I try to sweat everything out.
Ako nga tumakbo pa ako diyan, nag-treadmill ako eh.
Yeah.
Kasi I have to, kasi pag hiniga ako siya, I feel like my body's gaining more attack.
Yes.
Ina-atake lalo pagka hiniga ko siya, yung pag hiniga ko, tapos gusto ko matulog, i-atakein ako lalo, sabi ko, I cannot do this.
Parang yun nga yung the very first time na nagka-COVID ako in 2020, yun nga, yung first day, I found out na positive ako. Sabi nila, pahinga ka. I went to take a nap, to sleep. And then when I woke up, I felt so sick. Sabi ko, man, this is not good. Tumakbo ako kaagad. And then I sweat. And then pumunta ako ng sauna. The next day, I felt amazing. Na walang symptoms except for the smell.
Yung smell lang. Gaano katagal bago bumalik yung sense of smell mo, champ?
Right away. After 3 days.
3 days.
Nung nagiging negative na ako, balik yung smell ko agad. Although a friend of mine who had it, even till this day, it's still coming back to him.
Oh yeah?
Yes, he's affected. Wow. Yeah.
That's crazy.
It took him a long time to get his smell back. I don't think all his smells is back. So yun nga, you know, it's you just gotta be careful, no? Kasi hindi naman talaga parang flu din ito na hindi nawawala, lumalabas, except that it's all year round.
That's true.
You know? So but we have to kind of accept the fact that this is gonna be part of our lives, you know?
Yun nga rin sinasabi ko, Chap, na magiging parte na ito ng buhay natin. We just have to invest in our health. Honest to goodness.
Yeah.
You know?
Maybe that's just a sign from God na talagang you know, take care of the body that I gave you. Parang gano'n, no?
Chap, pwede ka daw ba magpakita sa camera? Gusto makakita sa'yo dito eh.
Lagay muna ako ng mga No, I'm just kidding. Teka lang.
Lagay ka ulit ang mask, Champ.
Lagay muna ako ng mask. Yung mga Koreano na may tape and other stuff that they have in their face, which is like, what the heck? Talagang maganda eh. And then yung tinatanggal yung I'm like, whoa! What
iba na itsura, no? Totally, talaga 180 degrees eh. O 360 degrees eh. Bumalik ka sa dati itsura. Yeah. That's true. Pero Cham, yung pangalawang COVID mo, meron ka ng vaccine nun? Na-vaccinean ka na nun?
No, wala akong vaccine. Because I just I mean, for me at least, no?
Oh,
I mean, I don't mind ano yung gustuhan ng mga tao.
yeah.
What works best for them.
Oh,
And for me is I had it once and then nag-work na ba yung ano ko?
oh.
Camera. Okay,
May
I had
nag-work na,
it.
champ.
Yeah, I had it once and sabi ko na all these guys are still getting sick. You know, and I didn't have severe symptoms, you know. I mean, I just don't believe in it na every time, almost every 6 months, you have to get shots for it.
I know.
So for me, I refuse to have the vaccine because I had it twice and wala naman akong ano, you know, and the thing is we have all the test kits here. Kung if I do feel like I have something, I take the test and then I stay home if I'm positive, you know, or
Pero hindi
negative.
na-require sa inyo ng Nevada Athletic Commission, champ?
I mean, what, you know, I don't believe in taking the freedom from people, you know.
Yeah.
Just because na ayaw mo talaga. Because for me, again, you know, if it was one of those things na ma-cure ka talaga, 100%.
That's true. Yeah.
I won't deny that. But ang problema nito is you still can be a carrier. You
Yeah,
still
like
can
me.
get sick and you can still get people sick.
That's true.
You know, so I'll take my chance on my health and what I do being healthy.
That's true.
So yun nga, no? That's why I don't want anything na parang foreign things na to suppress my body from naturally healing it. I believe in my body's ability to heal. I believe na powerful tayong yung katawan natin pag ano eh. You know, kaya nga may mga placebo, mga ganon. It's because we believe what we believe. Pag even if you get it and wala kang belief sa sarili mo, you're gonna get totally sick. So I believe in the power of the mind, the power of faith, and the power of belief. Ang katawan natin ay are very, very powerful. Pero pag may COVID ka at saka nag-worry ka palagi, ang labas mo doon is a severe case.
Yeah.
You know, ako nga when I got it, I'm like, oh yeah, I can beat this. It was actually a challenge for me.
That's true.
Na ipawawala ko sa katawan ko. I want to remove it from my body, you know, through my efforts. So yun nga, yun nga ako eh. Ganun ako pagkatao eh. I believe in my ability to heal. I believe in my ability and my body's ability to constantly heal. Yun nga, no? But iba yung mga mentality ng mga ibang tao, and of course, I can't fault them. Everybody has their own choice, and that's what it should be, is a choice for the people kung gusto nila or ayaw. Because yun nga, no, we found out na may vaccine or not, ganun pa rin. They can still be carriers. They can still get sick, people sick. So, you know, just be careful. Be careful and be responsible.
That's true. Tsaka wag masyadong careless, reckless.
Yeah.
It's hard, actually. So sa inyo, champ, Miss Rachel, walang vaccine din, of course.
Yeah, none of my family does, except for my in-laws kasi sila, they're older, you know, and want to make the choice. And
vulnerable, yeah.
Yeah, for me it's like, look, wala akong problema kung vaccine or not. It's really up to you, you know. I believe in the freedom to choose, and whatever the case may be, you know, that's the outcome of your choice.
That's true. Tsaka look at me, ako nga vaccinated pero nakuha namin.
Right. You know? And you had some symptoms of headaches and all that stuff, you know. You actually have more severe effect than I do, right?
Yeah, that's true.
You know, so it just depends on the body. It just depends on the body.
It does really,
on all of that stuff, you know. But I do believe na pag healthy yung katawan mo, it will fight a lot of the symptoms.
That's true. Ikaw, all your life naman, champ, talagang yung lifestyle mo, healthy lifestyle, because that's your tawag dito, investment eh. That's your profession, 'di ba? To be healthy and of course to be in shape, especially pagka umakyat ka ng ring, 'di ba? Kaya
Yes.
it pays off. Like what I said earlier, it pays off. Kayong dalawa ni Miss Rachel talaga na
Yes.
kung ano yung in-invest nyo for such a long period of time sa health nyo, it will pay off. Kasi dito natin napapatunayan, dumating yung pandemic, you beat it in 3 days, in 4 days, nagko-COVID ka, you don't have the vaccine. Di ba? You beat it. So
Yes.
dito natin napapatunayan talaga pag you invest really in your health, it will pay off. Di ba?
Yes. Yun lang talaga is investing in and I believe no kasi kahit ito yung importante for I guess this me in my spiritual realm of belief. Importante yung katawan, but then importante din yung belief
Totoo.
na makakaya mo yun. Kasi
Oo.
it comes down to the mentality. Yun nga, no?
Oo.
If you believe that you're sick, you're gonna get sick.
That's true.
And if you believe that this is a very severe a pandemic or a virus, it's gonna be severe for you.
Mhm.
Yun nga, no? We have to align our mind, body, and spirit. Kasi pag healthy yung katawan natin, pero wala ka naman belief sa sarili mo, you're gonna get sick.
For
Because
sure.
you're telling your body subconsciously that you're not able to fight this thing.
Yeah. That's
So
true.
we are very, very powerful kung may faith tayo. When you know, that's why we hear so much stories about miracles.
Mhm.
You know, the thing is you have to believe that you can create miracles.
That's true.
Kasi pag wala yung belief, kahit healthy ka, pag wala kang belief sa sarili mo, wala kang belief na and you the only belief that you have na it's severe,
Uh-huh.
you know, then yun nga. Yeah, yeah.
That's true. Tsaka,
Sabi-
kasi baga, minsan nga, Cham, di ba? Yung stress mismo ng pag-iisip, yung mental stress mismo nagbibigay sa'yo ng sakit eh. Kahit
Yes.
na wala kang sakit eh. Actually, nasa studies yan eh, na sometimes some part or some cancer nakukuha natin not because na-inherit natin, because our mind works pag iniisip
Yes.
natin palagi. Di ba?
Right.
Totoo
Right.
yan, nade-develop yung cancer because of the mental stress minsan.
And if you look at it in all of the aspect that I always bring about, it's called manifestation.
Mhm.
You're not only manifesting yung success ng buhay mo, you know, from being wealthy or from being successful, but you can also do the same thing sa katawan mo.
That's
You
true.
manifest negativity, then you're gonna manifest all the sickness in your life.
Mhm.
You know, if you think that COVID is such a horrendous virus, then the COVID will be a horrendous virus when it sets in your body.
Tama.
For me, I don't, you know, sabi ko sarili ko, I can fight this. You know, I actually want to get sick again, so I want to beat the 3 days to 2 days because of the fact that ganun ako eh, sira yung ulo ko eh minsan. Because of the fact that I believe in my body.
Yeah, you
When
trust
you believe in
yourself,
your
of
body,
course.
yes.
Yeah.
You know, iba yung may tao dyan na healthy and all that stuff again, and they don't believe in themselves, then what happens is they get sick even more. You know,
That's
you
true.
know, the power of manifestation, the power of the secret is where you believe is where your emotion and your body and your success and your path lies.
Yeah, that's true. Tsaka dapat wag kang magda-doubt sa capabilities mo talaga. Kasi our bodies really wonders eh. It can heal naturally. Di ba?
Every day,
Yeah.
bro. Every day. May sakit ka sa katawan in a day and then maybe the next day or 2 days, nawawala na, di ba?
Totoo.
You know,
That's true.
may sugat ka, you cut yourself or something, and then all of a sudden, it heals.
Uh-huh.
We always constantly heal ourselves. We just have to imply our mind to dictate yung healing abilities natin. But if you doubt our capabilities, you're doubting your healing abilities to get better.
Mhm.
Kaya nga eh, for me, 2-3 days, 4 days, yung iba 2 months.
I know.
You know, yung iba 2 weeks. Like the guy who I got, like the last fight, yung kasparing ko na nakuha ko sa kanya, it took him about 2.5 weeks to get
Bago siya
better.
mag-recover?
Yes.
That's crazy.
So yun nga, no? Because he was always doubting.
That's true.
You know, for me, it's like, I'm gonna beat this. I'm gonna beat this. Of course, there's symptoms na my you know, my yung anong tawag nito, yung mga capillaries in my heart wasn't as fast as it was, you know, before I was healthy.
Uh-huh.
But I was able to recover that within a month, a week of sparring, then bumalik yung stamina ko. You know, but again, you know, there's things that it attacks our system. You know, it's a virus, you know, and our body is constantly fighting it. Our body might, you know, whatever the case is. That's why it's severe for others. But I believe na pag nandun yung isip mo in terms of beliefs and faith, you know, mga Pilipino mahilig yun, di ba? We have so much faith.
Yeah.
You know, but then we're so fearful. You know, marami mga tao na pumupunta ng mga church, you know, and they pray and all of that stuff. But then when they have sickness, na parang ganito, they go in fear rather than in faith.
Yeah.
That's a detriment of your healing if you go in fear rather than in faith.
That's true.
Importante yun, and I can't put it enough, no, na stress it enough, na faith is such a powerful tools and energy pag nandun yung belief mo sa sarili mo, sa katawan mo. Not that you will manifest and magnetize the things that you want in life. You also be incredibly healthy and strong, because you're protected by the fact that nandun yung faith mo eh. You know, yun nga no, like I'm not trying to be all religious and stuff like that, but yun nga no, knock and it shall be open, seek and you shall find.
Yeah.
Diba? So, you know, that in itself is telling you to have faith. It's telling you to believe.
Yeah.
And seek. No, if you seek it, it will come to you, or you will find it.
Yeah.
Because true story sa sarili ko, ganun yung that happened to my life. Nandito ako in my success is because I seek to be successful. I knocked, you know, I did every possible thing to be here because I reach out for. No, and I believe that it takes effort. Sometimes we get knocked down and we hit a wall or roadblocks or anuman. It's a matter of seeing that result to get there. That leads us to get there. Kasi karamihan ng mga tao one fall ayaw nila eh.
Yeah.
You know, one roadblock ayaw nila. Then they turn back and go back home. You know, for those that want success, it takes effort. It takes multiple roadblocks and mountains to climb and rivers to swim to get there. Sometimes you have to do it to get there, but not everyone is willing to work. Like, you think I'm successful because I'm talented in boxing? No, it took years. It took time. It took effort. It took sacrifice. It took everything in me. Ilang beses ako huminto, but then sabi ko, kaya ko to, kaya ko. Huminto ako ng ilang beses. I worked in PetSmart. I work in a hospital. I work here. Sabi ko, I don't want this. I don't want people telling me what to do. And I've always wanted something for me. So sabi ko na, you know, I went and did what I need to do after being knocked down numerous times. But hindi ako huminto. And now I'm in the limelight again kasi hindi ako huminto.
That's true. Kaya nga, champ, sabi ko nga, tsaka yung, kusabaga, yung mental strength natin, if we're gonna really focus on that, it will boost up also our immunity, our immune system. Kasi if we worry too much, if we worry about what's gonna happen the next day, what's gonna happen if we get COVID, what's gonna happen if we get sick, binababa niya immune system natin eh. That's according to science actually.
Yes.
You know?
Yes.
So talaga dapat you have to have the optimistic, the positivity every time really you faces challenges. Like me, ako like, okay, I got COVID. So, you know, what am I gonna do? I'm gonna dwell with this? Like, para bang ano? No, of course not. Diba? I have to stay positive and optimistic. Of course, there's consequences. Diba? There's consequences. Yung mobility mo medyo hindi masyado kasi nandito ka lang sa bahay, paikot-ikot. Diba? But it doesn't mean na you cannot do anything anymore. Diba? And this, of course, there's a learning part. nung nagkaroon ka nito, like me, learning part. I mean, also sacrifices pays off. I mean, even though na vaccinated kami, nagka-COVID kami, I mean, we didn't get any severe like talaga yung kamukha ng iba na napupunta ng hospital. Di ba? Or we didn't experience yung having hard time breathing. Hindi
Yeah.
namin na-experience yun. Na like, all we know na lahat na nagka-COVID, nandun yung inaatake yung kanilang respiratory system. That me, my wife, hindi, Like my wife, she used to have the arrhythmia, yung abnormal beat ng heart.
Yeah.
But she was able to, to overcome that. And then now, she's a body combat instructor.
Yeah.
Diba? Kasi nga yung mindset natin yun ang minsan talaga na.
Ako, I also have that arrhythmia in my. Kaya nga most of the time, I always fail the EKG. Then I have to have the doctor to do echo and all that stuff that I'm clear to fight.
And
Numerous
until
times
now,
it
Cham,
happened.
you still have it?
Yeah, I still have it. Yeah, like the last fight, and of course, it didn't help na when the COVID hit. Of course, they didn't know that nag-COVID ako, but it also kind of made worse yung
Condition.
condition ko. But then, I failed the EKG and then they did the echo and I was fine.
Oh, that's good.
So they made sure that my heart was good and I was good. And then it's just a hassle because most of the time yun nga I fail the EKG and then I have to do the echo when I know I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah,
but,
yeah.
But stuff like that, the arrhythmia and stuff. I mean, you just yun nga it's the faith in yourself, because I could make that as an excuse na why am I getting tired or blah blah blah, or an example too is that I had a severe bronchitis in the past that pretty much damaged my lungs. So for a long time, parang may asthma ako, and I have to always carry even till this day, my asthma ako. That's why I try to keep myself as healthy as possible. Kasi pag hindi ako in shape, bumabalik yung symptoms ko na hindi ako makahinga.
Oh, wow.
And that's why I always have a inhaler with me, because minsan parang if the allergy is so bad, I can't breathe.
Yeah.
Para akong inaatake.
Wow.
Yeah, so yun nga it's if you use all the things that's happening in your life as an excuse, you'll never get to anything. For me, it's just a challenge for me to get better, that I can overcome all of this. And that's pretty much what I did. I overcome all of it.
Mm-hmm. Matagal na, Chab, yung arrhythmia mo?
I think I have it all my life.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. Because I've never tested until I started professional, and I was fine for a little bit. One thing that they can, when I'm parang pag hydrated, then I'm fine. But if I'm dehydrated, that's when they can see na may arrhythmia ako.
Oh, wow. Nag-hyperventilate ka na before, Champ?
Not so much. Kasi may inhaler ako dati.
Yeah.
I still carry it still, but I do have that. What's up?
So I'm on a conference call with government right now.
Yeah.
That most of the over-the-counter antigen tests cannot detect a Omicron virus.
Oh, wow, really?
Yep.
Oh,
and there's two more. I know you heard about the France. There's another variant that they detected already.
Yeah, from France. Yeah, and that's another one.
And there's another one. Yeah, in addition to France. Yeah, that's what she's always busy, because she's always on the call for all this stuff. PPE and proper testing and all that stuff. So she has a great it's just incredible insights because of all the people that she talks with, or the people that are in the conference call with her, or that she's in with. So but yun nga, it's just always gonna constantly evolve into something.
Yeah.
And not everyone's gonna be disciplined enough to stay home. Everybody's gonna want to do something.
That's true.
So it will never disappear. If we can get the whole world to stay for 2 weeks, now don't ever go out for 2 or 3 weeks, or maybe a month. Don't ever go out. Don't do anything. Don't mawawala yun lahat eh.
Ah,
But no one's gonna be able to do that.
tigas ulo.
Yeah, tigas ang ulo, and everyone is selfish.
That's true.
They
Everybody want their freedom.
Yes, selfish to say na nandun yung freedom, no?
Uh,
You know, if and they're gonna blame the governments for this or that, and no one's gonna work. It's just not gonna work because everybody has their own ideals. Yun nga, no? And that's just how it's gonna be. And that's why we're just gonna have to kind of make it part of our lives because it's never gonna disappear. Knowing that at any moment in time, people can get it, and people are not gonna be disciplined enough to stay home. Even if they get it, they're gonna go out and regardless of especially kung wala silang symptoms or minimum symptoms, they're gonna go out.
They're gonna go out. That's true.
So
They're gonna
it's
be more
unfortunate, but that's what we have.
reckless and careless.
Yeah.
Kasi hindi nila isipin yung ibang tao like me and my wife, we're like craving for burgers. May Habit Burger dito. We cannot go buy Habit Burger kasi baka mamaya ma-infect yung mga tao doon, di ba? But if I'm not taking that away,
Uber Eats. That's what I do.
I know, but like what I said na
in my camp, aside from the gym, no, I have every day naka-deliver yung food ko unless I cook in the house. Because minsan sabi ko, you know what, I'm craving for this food, then I'll overeat because hindi ako lumalabas. But there's possibilities and there's a lot of ways to do things. That's
true. Pero kung iba yan, champ, for example, na they don't think other people, they're just gonna be careless and go out and buy their food.
Oh yeah.
So they will think, may vaccine naman yung mga yan, but it's not exactly like they're having a vaccine. It's like, yung abala ng COVID-19. Like me, I'm gonna be quarantined for 10 days. I cannot go to the office. Abala yun. I cannot do things that I need to do. Diba?
Well, I think you can return after a couple of negative tests, diba?
Yeah.
So if you get a bunch of negative tests and you should be able to go back to work. I think that's something that that they were talking before. So I don't know if it changed.
Yeah, I think it's not gonna end. We just have to live with this.
Yeah, I believe that.
Yeah, it will not end. I mean, especially in third world country, I'm like mahirap. It's like Africa, some parts of Asia, Philippines, di ba? Maraming matitigas ang ulo talaga.
I think all the people have their ideals,
That's
and
true.
they'll make excuses for everything of why they're doing the things that they're doing.
Have you heard about Champ yung taga Poblacion Makati? The girl?
No.
So there's like a girl from the United, I don't know where she came. So she went to the Philippines, galing sa vacation. So quarantine, di ba? Ang ginawa niya, Champ, tumakas siya doon sa quarantine facility. Ngayon, pumunta siya sa party, nakahawa siya ng mga, I think, 8 tao. Because she turned out to be positive. She was all over the news. Pangalan na Poblacion Girl. So yung mga ganun ba na, I mean, people na walang pakialam kasi it's not about kung mahawa pero kung yung mahawa mamatay.
Yeah.
Right?
Exactly.
Yun yung nakakaano dun eh. Diba? So yeah, she was all over the news. And then yung hotel daw, I think pinayagan. So yung hotel na pinagka-quarantine nila, I think mawawalan ng lisensya to be para magano. Yeah. I mean, dapat kasi talaga strict policy talaga. Kasi you never know. Diba?
Yeah.
Magrereklamo na we want to open the economy, we're gonna go back to normal life. But how are you gonna able to do that? Diba? Kung you don't even want to follow the rules and regulation ng government.
That's the thing, man. That's just how. This is why it will never disappear because everyone's gonna be selfish enough to never think about anybody else but themselves. And the thing is. And it's unfortunate because he or she could infect those that are severely affected.
Yeah.
And I think those people need to be severely punished.
Mm-hmm.
Especially if they went and broke the rules, no, and got people sick, and especially if death came with it, it should be a murder or a parang
I know, murder,
manslaughter.
Yan, involuntary manslaughter, totoo. Oo, totoo.
That's what you've done. Regardless if feeling mo sa sarili mo na okay ka lang and blah blah blah, unless of course wala ka talagang knowledge na you got sick. Kasi may iba naman doon na walang symptoms, no? For me, I knew I was sick because I woke up and I'm like, oh, I'm not. Something's up with me. I feel good. I
under the
feel good,
weather.
but something is fighting something. My
Yeah.
body's fighting something. Parang ganun eh. When I
Yeah.
woke up, I'm like, my body's fighting something. But of course, I went to train hard, sa backyard ko. I went to train hard, and then I got the test, and I was like, oh crap, I am sick. And I was in the thing for about a week.
Yeah.
And I didn't get nobody else sick. But it's my responsibility if I'm sick. And to be knowing na there's a possibility of COVID, di ba? You have to take responsibility to test yourself.
That's true.
Kasi pag sabihin mo lang sa iyo, ubo lang to, baka COVID yun.
Tama.
Baka may possibilidad, di ba? Because every symptom is different. So you
Mhm.
have to test. You have to test because it's for the goodness of everyone.
Tama. That's true.
So,
Pero kung hindi mo gagawin yun, then you're gonna be like very, very careless or reckless ka, and then you will like practice, oh, I have my freedom, I have this, like that. I mean, okay lang sana kung ikaw lang yung mamamatay. Pero
Yeah.
kung ibang tao, madamay mo na, they're like, mamamatay sila. I mean, that's not good. Di ba?
yes.
Kasi ganun yung
Yes.
ginagawa ng iba. Actually, there's like 2 incident like that already, Cham, in the Philippines na nabayaran daw yung hotel din ang ginawa. Yung may absentee quarantine ang tinasabi. Nagka-quarantine kunyari doon sa hotel pero nasa party yung nagka-quarantine. So, and then it turned out to be positive, and then naka-infection ng mga, yung mga tao doon. 'Di ba? So,
And that's something that we have to change there sa Pilipinas na. Kasi maraming palagay eh. Palagay dito, palagay dyan, okay na lahat. Parang ganun, and it's rough, and I understand. Kasi mahirap yung Pilipinas, no? Mahirap yung sahod nila, it's just not enough, and it's desperation at times, especially ngayon sa COVID. I have to send some money to my cousin because they were so affected with the
Pandemic.
typhoon. Yeah.
Oh.
So I had to send them some money there, and to get their stuff fixed. Her house has to be fixed, and people were stealing. So yung mga ganon, and it's unfortunate, because instead of helping each other, everyone's lumabas yung pagka selfishness ng mga tao. And I understand because wala naman mga food no water and stuff like that, and that's why I'm working very hard to get more money, because right now I'm paying with my own money. But that's just for my family. Then for the other people na kailangan kong may tulong, I'm helping out and reaching out to everybody out there. Na they can donate here, and they will buy the food over there, and water and stuff like that, and hopefully that they can be okay. But it's very, very, very difficult situation for the people in Mindanao and Visayas.
Yeah, it's different right now kasi nung nagkaroon ng bagyong Ungdoy, you can send clothes. But right now, they don't accept clothes because of the pandemic. Kasi baka mamaya nagpadala ka ng damit, even though nilaban mo, tapos along the way, na-contaminate siya ng COVID, then sinuot nila doon, di ba, instead na pinaproblema lang nila yung bahay na ayusin, problemahin pa nila yung health nila kasi nagka-COVID sila.
Right. Diba? Yeah. So there's a lot of possibilities now, and there's a lot of things that can happen, and we just have to kind of figure it out.
Pero okay naman sila, Champ, yung mga cousin mo. I mean,
they're fine.
Wala naman
They're
nasaktan.
just stranded there. They're just stranded because there's no boat. The boat's always full and all that stuff. So, but they're fine. They're good.
That's good to hear. Sa father side mo yung, Champ? Family
mother side.
Mother side mo.
Yeah.
Oh, I see. Champ, ikaw, kamusta naman kayo dyan sa Vegas? How was your New Year's Eve?
Very simple. We just stayed home and, stayed home. Very same thing with the Christmas and New Year's. We just stayed home. Hindi kami lumabas. We actually just ordered out stuff, ordered stuff and delivered, So, that's it, just trying to be just, the spirit of it all is spending time with the family.
That's true. That's true.
Yeah.
At least kayo no, kusabaga you guys are kusabaga nandiyan solid no magkakasama.
Yes.
And, yung mga bata ba dyan, Jam? I mean, nailalabas niyo na sila? Like from mga mall or no?
Yeah, they go to school every day.
Oh, okay.
They go to school. Sometimes we go into the mall and all that stuff, and they're fine. I mean, they're very strong.
The school, nagtetest sila sa mga bata.
I mean, I haven't heard any contamination, so they're good so far.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah.
At least
Byron, teka lang, I have to get these kids to bed first.
Sige, Jam, no worries.
Yeah, I'm just gonna turn this down.
Yeah.
And I'll be back.
Okay, no worries, Jam.
Sige.
Okay. O yun, guys, si Champ, sinamahan tayo dito sa live stream natin. So, tama yung sinasabi ni Champ, it's like the mindset that we have, no? If we have a very, very strong mindset, and kusabaga na ano natin to na encounter natin tong COVID, like how I encounter it na ano ako na nagkaroon ako naging positive ako. We just have to stay positive kasi I mean COVID will not, hindi naman siya magdi-disappear. I think it will not, hindi siya mawawala overnight or hindi siya mawawala for quite some times. But I think yung magiging positive natin, pag we'll have a positive mindset, it will help us a lot to overcome this kasi it will give us more more possibility instead of talaga worrying too much about this, 'di ba? Kasi nga like tingnan niyo yung shinare ni Cham, no? I mean sa kanya in 3 days and 4 days, 2 beses pala siya nagka-COVID, no? Pero he was able to beat that in 3 days the first one and then 4 days in the second one. 'Di ba? Kaya happy ay magpepe shoutout sa iyo ha. Kaya importante talaga yung mindset natin. The mindset is very, very important. 'Di ba? And I think yung pagkakaroon natin ng positive mindset especially in this kind of situation, it will play a big role sa buhay natin, how we'll be able to overcome this. Pero kung tipong yung tayo mismo mas ini-entertain natin yung mga bagay na ikakatakot natin, yung mga negativity, I think mas lalo lang natin papahirapan yung sarili natin, di ba? Especially kung may nakakaramdam like me and my wife, nung nakakaramdam na kami ng medyo we're not feeling very well, we are just accepted to ourselves na siguro nga meron tayong COVID. Pero nothing we can do. Siguro, we cannot, sabi ko hindi mo naman pwedeng iupo mo lang dyan at, di ba, iyakan mo or whatever. I mean, you have to do something about it. Di ba? So, ganun din yung advice ko sa inyo na if you feel or if you, hopefully not, no? I wish you guys na hindi kayo magkaroon nito. Pero kung in the future, dapat na maging optimistic kayo kasi it's very, very important, the mental strength, yung mental challenge na kinakaharap mo dito pagka nagkaroon ka. Kasi nga, kasabaga fresh pa rin siya eh. 'Di ba? And then of course, yung yung stigma na pag nagkaroon ka nito, yung abala, yun ang yung ano dito, yung pinaka nakakatawag dito, nakakabwisit yung abala na yung mobility mo mababawasan eh. 'Di ba? Pero I mean, it's part of it. You just have to, kusabaga, kailangan mo lang tanggapin na ganun talaga mangyayari because of yun nga, nagkaroon ka ng positive ka sa COVID-19. Pero it's not the end of the world. It's not the end of everything for you, 'di ba? You just have to be very, very optimistic sa lahat and always stay positive no matter what happened. 'Di ba? At continue to believe na you will be able to overcome. And I think, like what I said and like what also Champ said, na we will have to live with this for quite some time. I believe so. Ako naniniwala ako doon na this virus Hindi to mawawala. I don't think so mawawala to. Unless na lang, kamukha ng sinasabi ni Cham kanina na lahat tayo, we're gonna stay home, lahat na nagpa-positive, lahat ng tao kahit di mag-positive, we're gonna stay home for 3 weeks. Walang lalabas, pero hindi pwede, di ba? Kasi meron tayong buhay meron tayong sinasabi buhay natin na kailangan nating gawin 'Di ba? So hindi siya mawawala, hindi ganun siya mawawala. Pero again, we can fight and we can overcome this. I'm sure we will be able to overcome, especially kung etong pandemic na to. Kung sa bagay hindi dapat to yung maging ano natin, maging maging block no for us to move forward and to not to achieve our dreams and our goals pagdating dito sa 2022. 'Di ba? Ako tuwing may sakit, umiiwas muna ako makipagsalamuha muha, mahirap na baka mamaya di ordinaryong trangkaso. Tama, yan no? Kung sa baga magkakaroon ka, ma'am siya, asyarat po, Padre Isabel, magkakaroon ka ng initiative na pag may masama pakiramdam mo, just stay home. I think ito rin yung one thing na we can learn from this na magkakaroon tayo ng much more disiplina sa sarili natin, na magiging disiplinado tayo lalo, na pag meron tayong hindi nararamdaman, just stay home. Huwag ka nang lumabas. Hindi ka mukha dati, di ba? Pag may sakit ka, may inuman sa kanto, pupunta ka, okay na. Iinom ka lang ng Biogesic o iinom ka lang ng kung ano man, Lipobitan, whatever. Pero ngayon, iba na kasi. Tingnan nyo nangyayari Pagka may sakit ka, just stay home. Di ba? Just stay home. Tapos take care of yourself. Make sure you drink your vitamin C. Make sure you, di ba? Hindi ka, kasi baga yung pahinga nandyan na. Pero syempre, exercise very, very important. And then after that, pagka na-exercise mo na, na-sweat out mo na, 'di ba? Yung mind conditioning is also very, very important. You have to stay optimistic. 'Di ba? 'Di ba, champ?
Yep, you have to.
Yeah.
You know, it's not so much, you know, it's creating a persona na yun nga, faith and belief sa sarili, no? Because sometimes being optimistic is great, but then being optimistic, if you're not used to it, there's doubt.
Yeah.
So it's more of you just have to believe it. You know, na this is I believe in this. You know, kasi yun nga, no, if you're not used to being optimistic or being positive, kasi I don't know, you're just going along daily na you're allowing your thoughts to dictate your emotion. Pag wala kang control sa thoughts mo wala kang control sa mindset mo, you know, when you start to become positive, in the back of the head parang may doubt.
Mm-hmm.
So you have to practice. Like everything in this world, it takes time and practice and effort and repetition para makuha mo yung faith, belief, and the mindset. You know, hindi lang na I'm positive today. I'm positive today. I'm so positive. It's not gonna happen.
Yeah.
Because deep down in your heart and your subconscious, you don't believe it. But if you constantly do it in your daily lives, no, like for me, ako every morning or every time, for every little thing, nagpapasalamat ako. You know, oh, the sun is out. Thank you for the beautiful sun. For this, but every day, every seconds na I feel that I need to think something, nagpapasalamat ako.
Tama.
But in doing so, allows our mind to start believing in the goodness of us, no, and because you're thankful and you're accepting the gratitude, no, you're accepting the beauty that you see, you're accepting the food that you eat, you're accepting this, you're accepting that, and what happens is you're accepting faith, you're accepting belief, you're accepting the emotion na okay ka, na yung katawan mo ay okay because you're grateful for it. When you start to believe in it, you know, and when you start to believe in it, then the doubt starts to dissipate. Nawawala na yung doubts. But it's all a matter of practice. It's all a matter of practicing gratitude every day, every second, every moment. You have the opportunity to say thank you. Thank you to yourself. Thank you to your whatever. Thank you to the weather. You know, thank you to even in the bad situation. Thank you na umulan at malamig, because now I get to stay home or whatever it is, right?
Mm-hmm.
You know, or to say, you know what, thank you for that. It's so cold and I don't like it, but thank you that I'm alive, or something like that, you know?
Yeah, that's true.
So yun nga, no? You just be thankful.
Yeah.
Thankful because lahat ng ng faith and belief sa sarili, sa miracles starts to come into fruition, because you start to believe in it and you start to accept that there are miracles, that there are gratitude, because you're constantly saying thank you to the beauty of life, the blessings of life. Kahit ano kalaki o kamaliit, there's blessings everything around us, you know.
Tama. Tsaka nagbo-build ka ng foundation. Kasi proseso yung pagdadaanan mo when you try to change your mindset to positivity and being optimistic. It will not happen overnight. Of course, it will. You have to build and create a very strong foundation of positivity within you.
Yes.
Kasi there's a lot of people who will say that, yes, I will be able to overcome this. I will be able to change. I will be able really to have a positive thoughts towards the 2022. But the question here is, how strong is the foundation that you have within you?
Yes.
Kasi if you have a weaker foundation and then you still saying that, but deep inside of you, in the back of your head, it's saying a different thing, then it will collapse, diba? And then sooner or later, you will go back to your old habits, diba? So parang nakakatulong lahat eh. Even sometimes you have to distance yourself with negative people kasi it will affect your life. If you want to change and have a positive outcome for 2022, sometimes you have to do sacrifices, and one of them for me nakatulong before is I have to distance myself doon sa mga kaibigan ko panay negative ang pinag-uusapan. Even though they're still my friends, don't get me wrong, but I have to distance myself because I want to have a different outcome of my life during those times.
And
diba?
it's
Kasi I'm
important.
building a foundation.
Yes, and it's very, very important.
Diba?
You know,
Kasi
surrounding yourself, no?
Sige, Cham, go.
No, go ahead. Good. That was it. You know, just surrounding yourself with that energy. You know.
Kasi importante yun eh. Kasi para bang, kasi like negative energy, it suck out the life out of you. It really does. It drains you out. It really does, diba? And then also yung mindset mo, nakukurap yan. No matter what happened, even though you are very, very optimistic, diba? Pag negativity talaga, nakaka-drain yan. At nakukuha, nahahawa ka yan. And next thing you know, even though na napaka-positive mong tao, next thing you know, nagbabago ka without you knowing it. Kasi for you, it's like an everyday thing na nangyayari negativity eh. Diba?
Yes.
So you have to distance yourself no matter what happened. Kasi you don't want to be that kind of person because we know what's going to be the outcome if you're gonna go out and hang out with negative people. It's a negative result. Diba?
Yes.
And it will just pull you down. And then ano nangyayari? The productivity that you have, hindi siya lumalawak. And then ang nangyayari na push back din yung mga plan na meron ka ahead of you, 'di ba? Hindi na siya magma-manifest kasi what? Iba na yung mindset mo eh. Iba na yung pananaw mo.
You know, it takes such an effort or such a repetition. For me, hindi na effort, no. It's just a natural thing na I see something, I'm like, oh, I'm grateful. You know, I'm grateful for that, or I'm grateful for this. And I hear myself like at hundreds of times to say thank you to everything, you know. And the only thing, the unfortunate thing is, you know, we tend to say thank you, or we tend to change our mind once some bad stuff happened to us.
Yeah.
But then we start praying, we start going to church, we start doing this, we start doing that, you know. But it shouldn't take a setback for us to be grateful, no, or to practice mindfulness, to practice gratitude, and to practice the change, no. But unfortunately, the majority of times we have to have a certain event to change the way we are. And the unfortunate part is we only change the time when the hardship is there. But true. Then when everything is back to normal, we go back into a routine and being not so much ungrateful, but more like anong tawag nito, yung parang, I can't think of a word right now, but you know, complacent.
Oh yeah, masyado tayong complacent.
Yes, you go back into it when there's no more issues. And you go back into the same routine, you know. And that's the unfortunate part. When there's issues, that means he's teaching us to grow.
Yeah,
you know,
that's true. Tsaka ako sabaga, like, you know, like the challenges that we are facing, I mean, those challenges mold us actually, diba? I mean, some people, they try to avoid it. Some people, they don't want to go through with it, but that's part of our journey. That's part
Yep.
of chapter of our life. That's how
Yep.
we become
That's how we
stronger.
grow. That's how
Yeah.
we grow through the face of our lives. Like, say, for instance, my relationship. No, everything's gonna be amazing, and then all of a sudden, there comes a week, a day, or a month that we just started fighting. And we just somehow can't get into the same page. And
Yeah.
then we start to communicate and wonder what is going on, and we find out that we needed to grow. You know, our dark part of our life is what allows us to grow and to appreciate the light and the blessings of life. Because if it's all sunshine and happy moments, nawawala nagiging complacent tayo dun eh. At instead of in dark times, little things that will make us happy, we're so grateful for. Why can't we make that type of effort every day?
Yeah.
Huh? Yun nga, no? It's unfortunate that people are not seeing that life can be created that we don't need an issue in order for us to be happy,
That's
in order
true.
for us to be grateful, in order for us to grow. But yeah, yun nga, no? I guess we just gotta have to just continue reminding people how to be grateful,
Yeah, that's true.
how to grow,
It's true.
how to make effort.
And minsan nakakalimutan natin how to value and being grateful kung ano man yung meron tayo. Kung ano man yung na-achieve natin buhay. And again, I mean, it will never stop there actually. I mean, the true potential that we have, all of us, diba? All of us have the same true potential. It doesn't matter what career you have. It doesn't really matter. I mean, you can be very, very, very good at something that you've been doing, but you don't even know because you don't focus yourself on that because sometimes something is lacking. Diba?
Yeah.
Sometimes parang may kulang sa'yo. Pero minsan hindi mo nakikita that the one part's being lacking is the one being not grateful what you have. Diba?
Yeah.
Kasi you have to be really grateful kung ano man meron ka.
Yes. Kahit kanong konti or how small or whatever it is, right? You have to just be grateful because that's part of growing. That's part of learning. And yun nga, no? Like for instance too, like me as a fighter, I'm great at fighting. But doesn't mean na humihinto ako na pag-aaral how to be better, how to grow, how to be even better fighter, even better and stronger at what I do. Or we nothing stops in this world. Nothing stops. Learning never stops. And this is why I'm getting better and better now because I'm focused on growing. I'm not focused about just not doing nothing and just throwing hard punches and trying to see if I can knock somebody out. This time I'm setting things up. I'm putting back my game plan all over again. I'm growing all over again. And that's the big difference why maganda yung mga showings ko in the last two fights. Because now I'm allowing myself to grow and not stopping. It never stops, regardless if you have black belt. Regardless kung 5th degree black belt or 10th degree black belt or whatever, it never stops.
That's true. Pero Champ, yung matanong ko sa'yo, Champ, okay lang. How valuable sa'yo before yung zero loss when you're starting your career? And how you see it right now? Na ngayon na alam mo you have
loss. I lost on my second fight.
You lost on your second fight. Pero before, parang sa'yo, like, is there anything?
I didn't really care too much about the records because I was always better than everybody else. It's just that when I was in the amateur, marami akong losses because dinadaya ako palagi.
Oh, okay.
So parang nawala which was good for me because nawala yung focus ko sa records. And maybe if I did focus so much in the record, if say, kung undefeated ako sa amateur, din na natalo ako sa second fight ko, I'm pretty sure nahihinto ako dun.
Got it.
But because I was so used to being robbed, being cheated, and always losing to favoritism, that when I lost my second fight, hindi ako huminto. Instead, you can see the same thing when I lost to Rigandao.
Yeah.
Instead of na huminto ako, when I lost to Inoue. Instead na huminto na ako, kasi sabi nila na matandaan na ako, whatever. it's actually a challenge for me. And now my performance are even much more better. And I believe sa sarili ko ngayon na matatalo ko si Inoue sa rematch.
Tama. Sino yung champ yung matangkad na nakatalo sa'yo? Yung itim?
Si Walters.
Si Walters.
Yes. Walters.
Anong year yun, champ? Yung laban mo na yun?
I think it might be 2014 or 15.
15, no?
Yeah. So yun nga, no? And even for that fight, no, I had about 5 weeks of training. You know, I was in decently shape, but not to optimal shape, you know, and you know, it was mainly just focusing on getting in shape rather than the strategy. And of course, mas malaki sila eh, mas malaki. And you know, and I came to realize even after the Frampton fight that this is not my weight class. Kaya nga after that bumaba ako. You know, but then when I lost to Walter, sabi ko, I'm gonna put some weight on. I'm gonna put some weight on. And unfortunately, I'm just a very skinny guy na mahirapan ako maglagay ng timbang. And it took the Frampton fight to make me realize to be me and going back into the division that I really belong, which is the bantamweight.
Bantamweight, yeah.
Yeah.
Pero you'll stay in bantamweight, champ, hindi ka na angat or bababa.
Siguro pag may opportunity in 122, but you know, I probably will go up or I will probably go down depende lang sa offer, no, or opportunidad. Yeah.
Pero sa mas nakikita yung sarili mo, bumaba o umakyat, champ?
Both equally, ano. Ang yun nga, no, kung ano yung mas malaking oportunidad, doon ako.
And hindi ka for sure, hindi ka naman magkakaroon ng problema sa paggawa ng timbang. Ano ba mas mahirap kumuha ng timbang sa pagbabae, no, champ, kaysa pagbakyat?
For a lot of people. For me, it's not so much because mapayat ako eh. And it's easy for me to lose weight than to gain weight.
Oh.
Yeah.
Mas mabilis ka mag-lose ng weight, champ?
Kaysa mag-gain ng weight. Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. So
mabilis yung metabolism mo din.
Oo nga eh. Mabilis yung metabolism ko.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I'm blessed, you know, like for other people, it's a curse. For me, it's a blessing. You know, sometimes for them to gain weight, it's like Canelo, or Pacquiao, diba? Si Senator, you know, it's for them to gain weight, you know, and losing weight, it sucks for them. For me, losing weight is a blessing for me because it's so much easier.
Yeah.
You know, unfortunately, it's hard for me to gain weight.
Tsaka hindi nawawala yung power mo, champ, no? Kahit mag-lose ka ng weight.
Hindi siya nawawala because my frame is the same. So regardless pag ganito yung timbang ko, the only it lessens a little bit because nawawala na yung muscles ko in the lower division. But you know, like for instance, if I'm 130, 135 ako ngayon, mas malakas yung suntok ko kasi may malaman
muscle.
Maraming muscles, you know, so or heavier muscles. So but yeah.
I see. Pero champ, okay lang mo magtanong about boxing. Nasimulan ko naman. This year, champ, meron ka ba mabibigay? Undisputed. Ilan laban this year, champ?
Siguro 2 o 3, but undisputed.
Undisputed.
No
Claim
Nito
it.
Donaire.
There you go.
The undisputed champion of the world.
First Asian, di ba, champ?
Yes.
Yung nagkataon, first in Asia, tapos first Filipino.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes.
Okay, can't wait for that, champ. Claim it.
I am. It's already claimed.
Yeah,
I'm just making the effort now to materialize it. You know, power manifestation.
That's true.
Yes.
Pero champ, within the first or second quarter of this year, bago matapos, may labang ka? Before magitang summertime dito sa US?
I'm hoping. You know, we're negotiating it. You know, we haven't heard much yet, but I'm pretty sure within this month, my not so much an answer, I mean, siguro a path kung saan. And choices to who will fight. So
I don't wanna ask names. I
don't have any names yet because of the fact that I haven't really had a conversation. You know, yun nga, no. It's just that, you know, just waiting patiently. And of course, I'm training Jesse, so his fight's in February, so I'm training him as his head coach along with his dad. You know,
nice.
For his fight. So, and I think he'll do an amazing job.
In welterweight division or lightweight?
Middleweight.
Oh, Jesse is going
Or-
up middleweight.
Yes,
Oh,
154.
wow.
Yeah. So
Man, that's exciting.
yeah, and he's looking good. He's looking very good. Looking
Wow.
very, very good.
Mighty Manong ako din eh. Nang gusto ko makita eh.
Yeah, he'll do
We'll
good.
get there. We'll
Yeah.
get there. May nagsabi sa baba kasi champ eh. We want Inoue.
Oh, we will. We'll get there. I mean, we yun nga, no, Japan is closed, especially with the new variant from France and the other one. They're most likely will close again. They
Yeah,
haven't
it's
even
crazy.
opened their. No, they haven't even opened their borders. So, yun nga, no, it's difficult.
Yeah, that's true, no?
Yeah.
Grabe, no? Another virus. Saan yung another variant?
I'm
Kalimutan
not
ko.
sure. She didn't say. But I know may dala daw ang iba. One is in France, and the other one I'm not sure where.
Yeah, yung France nabasa ko yung kanina umaga eh. Pero I mean,
Yeah. So
it will continue to mutate no matter what happens.
it is.
You
You
know?
know.
And the sad
And-
part about this, ang ano nito, champ, ang dinadala ng social media, positivity and negativities. Some people will focus more on the negativity. Imagine back in the 90s, kung nagkakaroon na ganito, do you think people will be very, very, it will be a different story. Kasi ngayon we have access everywhere.
Yeah.
Di ba?
Yeah.
Lahat tayo may access eh. Anything that
Nakikita
we
natin
want to
lahat eh.
search.
Nakikita natin lahat.
Yes. Unlike
Yeah.
before, I mean,
You
the
would
only way
have
for us to
something-
access, TV lang.
Yeah.
Ito yung curse ng being so, like sinasabi nila, like connecting people around the world. I mean, this is also the curse.
Yeah.
You're
Well,
creating your own monster.
Everything in life, no? Everything in life has a pros and cons.
Yes.
So, but
That's true.
the world in itself is changing, and it will always constantly change. It's like the coronavirus.
I know.
So we just have to change.
You just have to change, adapt and change and
Yeah,
really
and
change
grow.
the mindset that we have and grow. That's true.
Yeah,
Kasi we cannot outrun what tomorrow will bring, but we can plan and we can execute our plan
Yeah.
according to what we believe and 'di ba, what we want to happen. 'Di ba?
yes,
Even though hindi naman mangyari, at least you try.
Yeah.
At least you give yourself a chance. Kasi people sometimes they don't give themselves a chance. It's
Yeah.
very important for us to give ourselves a chance.
it's important. Very,
Yeah,
very.
yung ano yun eh, yung choice, chance, change. If you want to change, diba, you have to make a choice. If
Yeah.
you want to make a choice, in order for you to, if you want to make a choice to take a chance, your life will never change. Those three
Yeah.
C. It's very, very important. You
Yeah.
know? Pero if we don't give ourselves a chance, and we don't want to make a choice on that, giving ourselves a chance, then we will never change.
Yep.
Di ba?
Yep.
Kasi, I mean, look what's happening right now. Di ba? A lot of people saying na, oh, this is going to be over and soon. I mean, how soon is...
Yeah. No, it's not. Yeah.
It's not.
Yeah.
Di ba? Patuloy lang eh. I mean, wala. Kung sabaga, it will continue to mutate. Di ba? Sabi nga nila, Megatron na sa susunod. Dito na yung Cybertron eh. Di ba?
Yeah. Yeah.
Huwag natin kakalimutan, we have to live our life. Kasi minsan yun ang nakakalimutan natin na we have a life to live.
We have
Life
a
is
choice
collection
to
of
live a life.
memories. Yeah. It's a collection. A life is a journey of collection of memories.
Yeah.
Not a problem to be solved. Yeah, kasi minsan tayo, we always want to solve problem even though there's no problem to solve.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
Ganun tayo eh. Para bang, pag nagsabi ka ng solusyon, champ, ang problema kasi, di ba gano'n tayo, ang problema kasi dyan. Why you gonna say a problem to a solution if there's a solution already?
Yeah.
Yeah, ang problema kasi dyan ganito, Byron. No. I'm saying a solution, then you cannot come up with a problem for the solution that di ba?
Right.
Dapat hindi ganun yung mindset natin. Dapat they always have to be on the brighter
Yeah.
side.
Well, and the thing too is that people need to practice awareness of how they speak.
Yeah, that's
You
true.
know,
I agree with
how
you,
this,
champ.
because our mind and we translate that into our body. You know, so you have to be careful. Just be careful because we start to manifest that into our system, into our body.
Yeah.
So from the words we say, from the things we think, to everything else. But anyways, DJ Byron, thank you for having me,
Thank you,
man.
champ. Thank
I
you
don't
for
know if she's gonna
joining.
come back. She'll probably come back, but she's still on her conference call.
No
So
worries, no worries, champ.
yeah,
Appreciate
yeah,
you
I
joining.
had to do something else right now.
Kailan ka ba ulit magla-live, champ? Marami, namimiss na namin yung live
We
niyo.
have no idea. Maybe now. Shoot, no. I don't know. But I have to. No, I have because I was just so busy with all the trainings, and I should be able to do it maybe tonight or tomorrow because I'm off tomorrow.
Okay.
So I've just been training Jesse and just been watching the guys fight and all of
Yeah.
that. So yeah, no, I want to go into it and again promote the awareness of the typhoon.
Yeah.
Lahat ng mga tao na that are needing our
That's
help.
true. Yeah, that's true.
So,
Yeah. And also, guys, please don't forget to subscribe Beyond the Ring with Champ Nonito and Miss Rachel.
thank
Please
you,
don't
brother.
forget to
Thank you.
subscribe and support Champ Nonito and Miss Rachel, syempre. And also, Champ, we are looking forward for your upcoming fights this 2022, syempre. And we're claiming to be undisputed.
Undisputed. That's right.
There you go.
That's
there
right.
you go.
That's right. Thank you again, DJ Byron.
Thank you,
Always
Champ.
a
Thank you for
pleasure, and
joining.
I love this
Appreciate you.
conversation always because this is what conversation should be happening within our community, within our people. Community, a community, and the positivity that we bring out the energy to everyone to see that together we are stronger, but only if we are thinking positive thoughts.
That's true. I agree,
Because we
Champ.
can be together, but then there's jealousy and envy and resentment, then
Yeah.
wala kayong mapupuntahan dyan.
Totoo. Totoo
So we
yan.
have to
I
work
agree.
one in one by being one heart, one mind, no?
That's true.
And together we can expound on greater things in
Yeah.
life.
And I'm with you with that, Champ, no, sa pag-create ng a positive community, especially that's what we need right now. What's
Yes.
what's going on in the world? I mean, we're still in pandemic. We still have some, kumbaga, mga restriction, but
Yes.
the social media, the power of social media, bringing people together. Let's create a community with positive people, positive mindset,
Yes.
because
Come
we
on.
can change people's life one step at a time by
That's right.
changing how they think, by changing their mindset towards positivity. And I'm
Exactly.
with you with that, Champ. Yeah, I'm with you
Thank
with
you.
that. 100% all the
Thank
way.
you, DJ Byron.
All
Again,
right,
thank
Champ.
you for having me on the show.
Of
And
course.
sa lahat ng mga viewers natin dito, God bless you all. Believe in yourself. Believe in your capabilities. Don't let fear and doubt take over and dictate your life, because you have the choice to be powerful or to be weak. That's the power that God has given us all, no? And so make the choice to be strong, to be powerful, and have faith in yourself. Happy New Year's, and may the new year be amazing and powerful for all of you.
Yun. Thank you so much, Champ. Thank you for
Yes.
joining. God bless you. Have a good
Thank
night.
you, brother.
Thank you, Champ. Take care.
Thank you.
Next time
Sige.
ulit. Thank you for joining.
Definitely.
All right. So yung guys, nag-join sa atin si Champ Nonito Donaire, syempre si Miss Rachel, di ba? It's a privilege, it's a wonderful thing that nakakausap natin sila, and how, di ba, these people really spreading positivity. It's my wife right there who's also positive.
Stay positive.
Stay
You gotta
positive.
stay positive, right?
Stay positive, tama. So, di ba, guys? So, I mean, nothing in this world is really impossible if we put our mind, our hearts into it, that everything that we want to achieve in life is possible. Even though, di ba, na we have challenges na we are going through, di ba? Kahit na meron tayong mga challenges, importante dito, di ba? Our mindset, our foundation of within us towards positivity and being optimistic always have to be there. And kung ano man yung mga 'di ba, challenges na dumating sa atin, do not set it aside. It will make you more stronger. Trust me. It will make you firm and really help you to become the person that you want to be. 'Di ba? Kasi we don't want to avoid those kind of challenges kasi it's part of our journey in this earth. 'Di ba? Kasi kung hindi natin yan hindi natin siya, we're not gonna go through with that, and then, how are we gonna able to find out our capabilities as a human being, 'di ba? Like me and my wife, 'di ba? We are naging positive kung sa COVID, so it's a challenge for us. But again, it's part of life that we have to go through. We have to be optimistic about it. 'Di ba? At the same time, learning experience, learning lesson, 'di ba? At like what I said, no, sinishare ko sa inyo kung ano man yung mga bagay na pwede nating, 'di ba, ma-avoid itong COVID-19 na to. And again, don't lose hope, 'di ba? If you're kusabaga, kung ikaw ay nawawalan ng pag-asa because of the pandemic, you're not the only one, 'di ba? Like, 'di ba, hindi lang ikaw. Maraming tao din diyan ang nawawalan. Pero you have to really, put your chin up and be optimistic and start building yourself, creating a new new person inside of you. 'Di ba? Walwal kasi DJ Pogi eh. Maraming salamat. At sa lahat po na nandito na nakinig, guys, you guys are awesome. Thanks so much at nakasama niyo ako. Bukas magla-live ulit ako kasi naka-quarantine ako eh. So magla-live ako hanggang next week. Araw-araw 'yan, 'di ba? Araw-araw magla-live tayo. And then we gonna focus on the personality development. As ngayon nagbigay lang tayo ng DJ Byron yung yung DJ Byron 8 ba? Tawag dito, sandali tingnan ko nga. May IG ko. Hindi ko alam eh. DJ Byron 8 pala yung IG ko. DJ Byron 8. Yan yung IG ko, Renchi. DJ Byron 8. Yan. DJ Byron 8. Yan, asan na? DJ Byron 8. Yun. So, yan yung IG ko. So, yun lang, guys, no? Again, maraming pong salamat sa inyo lahat. At syempre, sana po, no, meron kayo natutunan for today's topic that we have. Positivity. Even though we are positive on the COVID-19 virus, we still have to stay positive. Diba? Mindset, everything in life. Kasi dapat hindi to yung tipong itong virus ang magpapadapa sa atin or magbibigay sa atin ng kawalan ng pag-asa sa buhay. Dapat this is just a part of our journey in this earth na prosesong pagdadaanan natin, di ba? So dapat we always have to stay and we always have to be optimistic sa lahat. Di ba? Kasi you will never find out the true potential that you have if you will not have a positive mindset and be optimistic, di ba? So, continue lang po tayo, guys. Ngayon, 2022 na. Ano ba yung mga natutunan natin from last 2021? Diba? Okay, I think I will always stress this out na we have to remain positive. We have to be optimistic and we have always to look forward for a brighter and better 2022. Diba? Kung tayo naging masyadong pabaya sa health natin ng 2021, we have a chance today. Do not say one day. Say day one. And day one starts today. Diba? Konti lang naman eh. Hindi naman natin kailangan magbago tragically. Magbago tayo eh. No. One step at a time. Baby step. Diba? Kung hindi ka masyado naglalakad ngayon, kung may stairs ka, maglakad ka. Sabi mo na 1 to 2 minutes every day. Diba? Kung di mo naman kaya every day, 5 minutes every other day. It's a start for you to change your lifestyle. Kasi health, ngayon dapat ma-realize natin how important health is. Diba? Kasi kung hindi natin to aalagaan, kahit gaano kadami yung pera mo, once na nagkasakit ka, hindi ka masisave ng pera mo ng dami. So health is wealth. Invest in your health. Invest in your physical and mental health. Diba? And of course, by doing that, ano ba yung sinasabi natin? You always have to what? Stay away from any negativity, any negative emotion, anything na hindi magiging makakatulong emotionally sa atin, na-stress tayo emotionally, stay away from that because it will not do good sa inyo. Diba? So sana po, guys, for today's topic na meron kayo natutunan at maraming salamat sa lahat po ng sumubaybay at nagpunta dito, di ba? Lesson learned last year, huwag magpabudol kay Norman Mangusin. buti Mighty Manong, wala na tayo doon. Pero again, guys, di ba? ano ba yung mga nag-gain natin? Diba? We gain, I gain friends. That's you guys. Diba? Kahit hindi ko kayo nakikita. I mean, I have another friend. Shop Donito and Miss Rachel, sila David, sila Vogie for Life. All of those people na nakilala ko dito sa social media, I consider all of them friends. Diba? Let's collect friends. Diba? Let's create community of positivity. Let's create and diba, have a foundation of positive people, positive mindset. Let's stop division kasi division will not do good. So, yun ang dapat natin palaging iniisip. Diba? FLM lang sa kanal. Sabi ni Grimas. Yes, DJ, gagawin ko yan. Thank you. Thank you kay Kuchan. At thank you sa pagpapamember ha. At sa nag-super chat kanina, Guwak TV, maraming salamat sa iyo, mamang ha, sa super chat mo ha. At again guys, tandaan nyo po to, health is wealth. So sana po, start investing in your health. Always remember this by starting to have a very, very positive mindset. And of course, stay away from any emotional stress. Right, maraming pong salamat sa inyo. Shoutout muna tayo dito before we end the show. Shoutout to Ate Keiko Chan, Mighty Manong, Grim Has, Base TV, Renchi, Rosales Official. Bro, join ka next time ha. Siyempre, shoutout din kay Base TV, of course. Shoutout din, kanino ba nandito? Sino pa nandito? Siyempre, nandito rin sila Kuya Alfie Cornell. Shoutout po sa inyo. Kuya Spencer Lacalle, happy birthday. Boy Gym for Life, maraming salamat sa iyo ha. Thank you so much for being here. Siyempre, sino pa nandito? Helea, Mang Pepe, shoutout sa iyo. Mr. Mananabas, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for being here. Sino pa nandito? Paderes of LTV, maraming salamat. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Kapitbahay TV, Kaaruba, maraming salamat sa iyo. Of course. Eritrea, shoutout sa iyo. Thank you so much for being here as well. Teddy Gumban, of course. Sinam CKLN. Hanis Mal January, maraming pong salamat. Winter TV, thank you so much, Winter, for being here. Base TV, of course, nandito. Sino pa nandito? Hybrid for Life, maraming salamat. Thank you so much for being here. JL Mendoza, maraming salamat sa iyo, JL. Thank you so much. Macber. Yan, siyempre, nakalimutan ko yung birthday greetings. But huwag ka mag-alala. Nandiyan naman yun. Rex Bracker, medyo busy lang. But busy listening. Keep it up. Take care. Always. Maraming salamat, bro. Rex Bracker. Thank you so much. And again, sa lahat po nandito, guys, thank you so much for the love and support you're showing to DJ Byron Music Topic TV. No? At again, sana po, guys, for today's topic, meron kayo natutunan. Again, DJ Byron Music Topic TV, I have nothing but peace, love, and respect of you guys. God bless you. God bless your day. God bless your 2022. Happy New Year to all of you guys. I wish you guys nothing but the best, di ba? I wish you guys the best ever 2022. At sana po guys, start focusing on positivity and start focusing on your goal for you and for your family. Please stay home. Stay safe. And most important thing, stay healthy. Stay happy, stay in love, and stay optimistic. Okay, maraming pong salamat. Magkita-kita tayo ulit tomorrow for another live show. Once again, DJ Byron, Music Topic TV. Peace, love, and respect. At syempre, maraming salamat din sa pag-join. Of course, si Macber, Miss Rachel, and Champ Donito Donay. Maraming salamat sa inyo. Again, once again, guys, DJ Byron, Music Topic TV signing out. See you guys once again tomorrow for another live stream. DJ Byron, Music Topic TV. Cheers. Bye for now. God bless all of you. Keep it up. You got this. Bye.